Pretty
Okay,
much.
they can
Dude,
hear
for
us
real.
now. They can hear us now. Thank God. All right.
Do we have audio? We good?
Yes,
We're
we should
live?
have audio. All right. Let me also get.
There we go. All right.
Uh... Okay, can you guys hear us now?
Yeah, yeah. For sure.
Good. Okay, so sorry. Let me go back. Let me explain. All right. Hopeful say something. I want to make sure that your mic is relatively equal to mine for volume. Volume.
Testing, testing. Can you hear me? Should
Okay, I want to
should
turn you
be
up a
good volume.
little. And yeah, okay, that sounds good. So, yeah, what happened was I had set up our whole stream setup and everything, and I'm gonna make my camera a little bigger. Um, that's better. Uh, I'd set all of that up, logged in through my own Twitch account, and then multi-streamed through the stream key for N2E's account. And we had it all set up and working, but what we realized was that when
Yeah.
it's logged in through my account, it doesn't have permissions to change the titles of all of the streams. So that would mean that Sam would get stuck going around and logging into every single one of those things to change the titles if I ever changed from one game to another or stopped playing a game and sat and did a discussion. So we'd need to change it to just chatting or whatever. And so I couldn't do that from the Streamlabs interface. So we needed to fix that. So he gave me the login credentials so that I could log into Streamlabs desktop app through the correct account so that I'd have permissions. And when I did that, I realized that it actually brings the streaming setup with it instead of using the local stream setups that you have on your computer. The problem with that is that Cheetah's stream setup is very different from mine, and he has different different camera dimensions and different everything, and it wasn't going to work for what we wanted to do because his was very much set up for playing games and doing giveaways and events and stuff like that, and I just want to sit around and chat for the evening. So I realized I needed to go back to my own account. And when I went to do that, it asked me to give an SMS code for a phone that I haven't owned for like 5 years. Because Twitch forgot, yeah, Twitch forgot that I use an authenticator app, and it doesn't care that I use an authenticator app. So I can't log into my own Twitch account. Oh, yay. So that's going to be cool to try and figure out later. For now, I just, in about 15 or 20 minutes, had to whip up a scene that clearly wasn't finished because we didn't have any audio. This is what we're going to be doing for pretty much all of tonight. If we need a different scene setup, I'm going to have to make one in the background before we can use it. So, yeah, let's get into it. I hope this will work. I'll be busy
Should yeah.
tomorrow morning because we have to stream at noon.
Right.
Oh boy. But
We'll
yeah,
get it done.
this is what we know and love. Nothing is ever polished. Nothing ever goes according to plan. But yeah, my hope is
I
that
just shared the
alerts
stream
will also work here.
on socials. Krunig, we should do the same. You know, we should get that out there. Just make that just commonplace to once we go live, right? You know, start sharing that out there, encouraging that to be shared.
Yeah, yeah. If only some other kind of broadcast
Pretty-
could look this cool. I know what you're saying, but I'm not gonna respond.
Yeah.
Let me throw in an alert box as well, so I should be able to just throw that up here, and that should make it so that if anyone follows, there's an alert. And I'll stick that right here. Okay. If anyone wants to test that, that would be extremely cool. I don't have any NDAs. They can't eat my ass if they have a problem with it. Yeah, you're right. That's true. To be sure, we also don't have NDAs, but that's
Honest-
um
neither here nor there.
Yes. Anyway, so let me see. Sam's still in the call. But so yeah, tonight we were gonna talk mostly about what the title indicates, which I'm sure is the title that I typed in, right?
I think so.
let
I mean,
me
when
let
I
me
shared
check.
it, when I said, how do you like
Oh
your
yeah, it worked.
dollar bills? Right now,
Beautiful.
that's the essence. Yeah, right. How do our folks like their dollar bills?
Yeah, how do you like your
So
dollar bills? Man, that reminds me of a story, which you know we got a lot of time. I don't feel too bad about going off on a few tangents here and there.
right,
Let me tell
okay,
you, let me tell you
go
all a
ahead.
little story about an event in PlanetQuest server some time ago. They had an event about coming up with faction mottos. And I won 2 out of 3 of those, by the way, personally. And there were
You're
there was
welcome.
probably 1,000 submissions
You're
across all
welcome.
three
There was a lot
factions.
of support. You're
Yeah,
welcome.
yeah. Um, thanks for the help, guys. If somebody else had won those, it would have been sad for everyone, though. Let's be real. Um,
Yeah,
but
we're
I
not.
did
The
I did
competition was not too steep, but the
yeah,
invoting problem.
for sure. So we had like some serious submissions, and then we had some joke submissions as well. And I'm not gonna lie,
Quote
my
unquote
favorite
dismissal.
submissions that I came up with were like I did an Empire one, which was my dad can beat up your dad, which fits the theme so well. Um,
Mhm.
and then the
Accurate,
Federation
probably.
one was Dollar Dollar Beals. That one was pretty good. Spelt phonetically, of course. What was the Unions? We don't take showers, something like that. Um, I don't know, but yeah, it was a good time. Can't imagine who would give a joke submission. Yeah, Freeman, I don't think I can like legally read most of your joke submissions on stream, but yeah. So anyway, about how do you like your dollar dollar bills? Yeah, pretty much, man. So we're looking to talk about how best it will work for the organization and therefore for you guys, for us to kind of create incentives and sort of a feedback loop for participation and like social media assistance with spreading and growing N2E's media outreach. And that's all fancy words for we need you guys to help us spreading like links and liking and subscribing and following and all of that so that we can grow these streams enough that we get enough income so that we can disseminate that money throughout the organization so that we can get assets that you guys can use and so that we can run like giveaways and you know create
Other
rewards for
events.
tournaments and things like that
Yeah, other reward
because
events,
we can't
tournaments.
do that.
Yep.
We can't give anyone money. We can't create prize pools if we don't have the capital to do that. And streaming, as you guys I'm sure are aware, brings in sponsors. If you have successful streaming, you have eyes on your streams. That will enable us to recruit sponsors and basically gather capital so that we can either, like we were talking about last night, maybe buy Illuvium land so that, we have those resources for when Illuvium comes out. And also buy assets that we can either give away in giveaways, which sounds really stupid when you say it out loud. But giveaway and giveaways, or just like have straight up monetary like prizes for stuff.
Maybe like rewards, yeah, for participation in events.
Yeah,
Um, I guess the prize pool would be like the POAP in that case, right? So you do certain things, almost like a Gleam event, if you will, Gleam.io.
right.
retweeting, joining the Discord, or getting people to join the Discord, having more folks join in our streams. These are all things that probably will get you closer to that price.
And speaking of having more folks join our streams, I noticed that I believe through Twitch, at least, we only have 2 people watching. And so one of our first jobs here with this stream in particular, it's important that we get some eyes on this, because this is meant to be a group discussion between ourselves and the community, and because it concerns you guys a lot more than, well, it concerns you guys just as much as it concerns us. So let's take a second and make some noise in the server and try and get some people in here, because we need people participating in this, because this is everyone. Let's see. Although I don't have. Oh, wow, there's a lot of chat going on in the general chat. Okay. Sam, could you do me a favor, because I still don't have those permissions? Cheetah wasn't around today. Can you throw an announcement in with an @ here so we can bring everyone in?
Oh, Shadow Boy. Yeah, he's too funny. The video he posted.
Oh, I'll have to take a look at that later.
He's too much. He's crazy.
All right. So yeah, once we get some people in here, we can start to talk about, some of the preliminary plans to see, maybe get some feedback from the concerned citizens. Yo, Shadow Boy in the chat. There we go. Good to see you, man. Welcome back from your vacation. I've been saying that a lot today.
Shadow. Yeah, I was talking to him in general chat about this. Like, he's got a crazy story. It's pretty awesome. It's
nice.
You'll see it. Like,
tell us the story. Tell us the story right now. I'll read it. I'll do a dramatic reading.
Oh man,
don't tempt me. I'll do it.
You can read it. If you can do the dramatic reading, just scroll up in Gen Chat in the server. He's got you covered already. But it's a lot of like, it's a lot of male camaraderie.
Oh, wonderful. Okay,
male camaraderie. It's good stuff.
We're bringing the desk up for this.
Oh, damn. Look at that. Here we go. Look at the slow pan upwards. Y'all are going to get used to this. I'm so used to this. Look at this. Look at it. It just rises up. Look at that face. Golly.
All right. This is going to become a running theme. I will probably raise and lower this desk like twice every stream.
Yeah. It's gonna I'm just going to let everyone know. And I'll repeat it. You will see the pan down, the pan up.
All right.
These are things that happen.
Here we go. Here is it's work. Okay, well, it's not the alert that I had set up, but you know what? It's alerts. That makes me happy. So it actually will work. So I'm glad to say that even though it was a huge scramble and we were 15 minutes late to start the show, in the long run, this is absolutely worth it, because it means that like everything will actually work. All right. Here goes our story. Here goes our dramatic story. Hopefully there's nothing too personal in here. I stayed up, running through the halls, with some other dudes shouting, "There's a fight with 2 dudes in their boxers." It turned into a brawl in the showers with a bunch of other near-naked dudes. Then we went to sleep. After the workers managed to break it up. Took 20 of them. XD. Crying, laughing reaction. Mind you, most of the dudes were 16 to 18. That's illegal. Then most of us had to run on 1 hour of sleep and warm soda. 'Cause the vending machine had broken. It literally gives us random soda. That is only if you select one. Then we had a breakfast, which they served, which was literally just like a thing of crackers and half a sandwich. It was more like a snack. Then we played basketball. Till somehow it delved into dudes throwing off their shirts and wrestling on concrete. We did some other fun stuff, but honestly, most of it was just us getting reprimanded not to do more stupid shit. There was no coffee. Okay, that was way more fun than it should have been. Dude, that was maybe the highlight of my entire day. Thank you so much for typing that out for everyone. That sounds like the most wild vacation ever. There was a lot of hot, sweaty man action at basketball. My God. Yeah, exactly. Freeman understands. Man, see, I could have written that story if I had been thinking. I would have written that story for Stripper Coin. You should really hook up Shadowboy with a job with that guy, because that's the quality content that they need.
I'm telling you.
All right, time for me to put my voice back up a register. Ugh, that was rough. Anyway, funny shit though. It was Catholic Youth Group, dude. That's so good. That's so good. Oh man. All right, so yeah, I've diverted enough. So we got 5 people here. I really hope that you guys can help us kind of sort through the conundrum, right? So the preliminary idea is something like this, right? We have currently 4, but we're hoping to get 5 different streaming outlets, okay? So right now we have Kick, we have Twitch, we have Facebook, and we have YouTube. Yeah, YouTube, that's the other one. Now, the idea with this is that across all of them, we'll be able to reach people anywhere that, maybe they have just like a preferred platform. And, I didn't read all of it. Oh, God. Well, we have to pivot back. There's more.
Read all of this.
But wait, there's more. Wait, what did I miss? Not to do more stupid shit. This is what I imagine boot camp for the army is gonna be like. Memories for life. I don't know. Hopefully, you can talk to him about this, but I feel like boot camp isn't nearly as like saucy. But I could be wrong.
You're definitely wrong.
Okay. Well, maybe you're right. Maybe boot camp is gonna be as saucy as Catholic Youth Group. One thing that was funny as fuck was last night I just entered the bathroom to take a dump, and then one guy walked in singing She Got Them Apple Bottom Jeans. Yeah, that would be tough. That would be tough to like do your business with like the unpredictability of that happening.
That all sounds about
probably
right.
Gonna be worse than because Army get more meatheads like me. Not gonna lie though, never sung a song while dropping a massive shit. Oh boy. Yeah, dude, that's a wild time. All right. Back to business though, and not that business. So anyway, yeah, so the idea is since we have these 4, and hopefully we'll get on Trovo at some point. Haven't set up that account yet, but right now we'll concern ourselves with the 4. Right, we've got Twitch, YouTube, Kick, and Facebook, and now across those 4, we want to try to reach reasonable metrics, right? Because the more eyes we get on the brand, the more we can bring in sponsors. We can leverage those metrics to convince partners to partner with N2E. And the more partners and the more sponsors we have, the more we can do, you know, for lack of a better word, really sexy tournaments and really cool giveaways. And the more we can acquire those big, spicy assets. So we want to try to grow the metrics for all of these platforms as much as possible, right? So like, and not to mention the fact that I think most of the streaming platforms, aside from Twitch, will happily allow us to do affiliate and partnerships um, while we stream on multiple platforms. Twitch doesn't like that very much, but that's just because they're spoiled. Um, Talking shit about Twitch while streaming on Twitch.
Yeah,
Report
no,
the videos in Discord. Jeez. Um, so basically, we want to figure out the best way to incentivize you guys engaging with us uh, for our daily streams across all the different platforms. Because right now there's 5 of you watching, right? And we want to try to get it so that, you know, we've got 50 of you guys, at least, per
or more,
platform, you know?
100,
Um,
200.
because
It never
if we can say we got 200 eyes on us for every day for these streams, then we can go to like, I don't know, Sam, hopeful, help me out here. What's a sponsorship that we would target like first off? Like if we hit 200 views per stream, who would we approach with that? Who would be interested
Well,
in
we
that?
already have a doorway open to Star Atlas is one that we could look at. Of course, we already are uh, really close partners with, the parent company for Planet Quest and the parent company for Ember Sword.
Right.
Um, I think, uh, I really am having a hard time finding a better AAA project that there's more hype for, that's a team-based type project, which is what we like because it gets community involved and allows a lot of people to be involved in a project where they can earn, then Star Atlas. If you guys know one, let me know. But I think that would be the biggest prize. The doorway is open for us. We've got one of our venture capital uh, uh, partners that we're working with has a direct contact for us, right to the decision makers that would be setting us up with that partnership. So yeah, that'd be probably the first one, unless you guys in the audience can think of a better project that has more hype around it and better quality gameplay, graphics, etc. Uh, I don't know of one that exists. Been looking.
Savage says or Freeman, Phantom Galaxies. So that might be something that we could potentially look into.
I have heard of Phantom Galaxy. Yep. We had a guy that was here and part of the community that was pretty big into that. He had a big guild. That's one we could look at as well.
Okay,
Yeah,
I just for the record.
yeah,
Oh, sorry.
no, please go ahead.
So for the record, I'm just playing with filters for the microphone feeds so that I don't have doubling audio from you guys. So I just let me know if it's clipping off the ends of my words or if I don't have it turned up enough or anything like that. I think I might make it a little stronger just because I
Is
know that Sam comes through from time to time.
is this something that would I would be able to help you test? I mean, you
I mean,
sound
yeah,
pretty
just
all
as
right
you guys are
now.
talking, if people in the audience can hear you coming through quietly through my mic, let me know. And if while I'm speaking, if you guys in the stream hear me just like kind of getting chopped off at the end of my words or my mic not activating as I start to speak, just let me know, and I'll tweak it. I had this all fixed in the other profile, which I'll hopefully be able to import later, but I'm just sort of like making it up as I go here. Um, but yeah, continue with what you were saying. I'm sorry to cut you off there. Technical difficulties.
No, no, it's more than fine. I was just commenting on the fact that so there's also Phantom Galaxies now that I can look into as far as stuff for us to peruse for stream information, right? And one thing I did want to mention, right, is these streams, right, where we discuss how we want to best engage with you all, our community, our viewership, our supporters, everyone, right? We're probably going to repeat this stream a number of times. The how do you like your dollar bills theme, um, until we get all the information that we need, right? We need to gather up all the data from our community, all the folks that are interested in us, so that we can tailor experiences to your likes and needs, and then we can find out what rewards excite you. We can get you those rewards. Um, for your efforts, right? For helping us grow the stream, for
It's this
helping us grow the brand.
customizable
Yeah,
money, man.
yeah,
People
we're
like
we're we're customizing experiences here for you all. We need
customize
we
your
need
car
something.
insurance. How do you like your car insurance? Wait, we'll have that be next Sunday. How do you like your car insurance?
Oh,
So
jeez,
let's how does it sound to make this theme of like community discussion of like going forward, if we make this sort of consolidation of information and community facing discussion? What if I'm the new Geico Gecko? Dude, I was the Geico Gecko before it was. Um Yase Yosen? Did somebody say
yeah,
Yase
right.
Yosen? No, we could even throw in gay erotica as a reward. You have no idea how frightfully possible that is. But Freeman could hook us up instantly, and that's a terrifying fact. But that aside,
It's a terrifying fact.
uh,
It is. It is.
let's say that maybe would it work for everyone to make Sunday sort of the day where we have this discussion every week, like we bring together all of the information and we kind of do a summary of metrics from the previous week. Because tomorrow, Monday, we're going to be starting our weekdays streaming schedule. And our weekday streaming schedule is going to be now, see, for right now, we're coming up at 11 p.m. Eastern time. So we're going to be doing 12 noon Eastern until 3 p.m. Eastern. So for Pacific time, we'd be looking at 9 to noon. I could tell you Singapore time right off the top of my head. But like, yeah. Sure. So for Europe, it'd be like, what we'd be looking at, like 4 in the afternoon until 7 at night,
Yeah,
GMT, I think.
I think a
So
little farther, depending on where in Europe.
yeah, I mean, but GMT, I think that's about where it is. So give or take a little, depending on which side of Greenwich you're at.
Mhm.
So I think we should be able to catch a lot of Europe and a lot of North America and South America very easily for those times. And yeah, but we'll be running those times every day of the weekdays. And at the end of that, on Saturday, we'll want to talk about, more games that we're looking at as a community, see, how much interest there is in that, kind of like we did yesterday. And maybe on Sunday, we'll mostly try to discuss, like, all right, this is what the week of streaming was like. And so for the weekdays, we're going to be largely streaming the games that we already know that the community is interested in, right? So yesterday we talked about Illuvium,
Mm.
and, maybe as interest for Illuvium and as more stuff for Illuvium comes out, maybe eventually weekdays will just be like gameplay streams for Illuvium. But for now, we're going to be mostly focusing on Albion Online because we know that that's sort of a mainstay here at N2E. There's a very very strong guild, and oh god, the chat is just degenerating. What have I done? What have you done? Um, but yeah, we'll be doing a whole bunch of Albion stuff, and I've never played before, so we're gonna do a bit of a beginner introduction stream and a bit of content coming out about that. And
Right,
maybe
right.
next
I'm
Sunday,
excited to get you into it.
yeah,
Yes,
maybe
I will
next
be. I will
Sunday
be helping with
we'll
the commentary as you stream the gameplay.
yeah. So next Sunday maybe we'll sit down and be like, all right, so this is how the gameplay was, and this is how much interest there was in that. does this look good? Does this seem like we're doing a good job? Maybe should we pivot to a different game? What does the community want to see? What do you guys want us to do? Do you think we need to do more interactive stuff? Do you think we need to play
Don't do
different
that, Shadow.
games? Should we give away more money or whatever? Um, yeah, more guild events. Who knows? Jeez, chat's getting pretty aggro here. So and analyze fun and profitability. Is the juice worth the squeeze?
Yeah, usually it is.
You know what? I'm so glad these guys are here. Like,
I'm telling you.
I'm having
No,
way
usually
more
it is.
fun. Oh man. So yeah,
Squeezing in.
I spoke too soon.
Oh my
Um,
god.
So one of the ideas, right? One of the preliminary ideas. So last night after the stream, Sam and I just talked for a few hours discussing, what we think might be a good idea, and I know that the and N2E has some history with running GiveLab campaigns, and so Sam said we should just do that again. To sort of like encourage spreading of the like the socials and engagement with the socials and all of that. And
Right.
so here was kind of the initial idea that we came up with, right? So we have these 4 different streaming platforms, and what we can do is we can publish the model, right? We can publish the rewards and the sort of giveaway structure, and then have like a graphic of some sort that after every stream, or say maybe even every Sunday at the end of the week, we'll say, all right, did we reach our goals? Did we not reach our goals? And for each one of the socials, for each one of the media that we do reach our goal, whatever that goal may be, that will unlock a giveaway that will run in the following week, right? So if we come up with giveaways for multiple tiers over time, that means that as you guys engage with these different media, we'll unlock a bunch of different giveaways that you guys will be able to benefit from. Oh wait, that's an unrelated message. I'm not going to read that on stream. Sam just jump scared me. But so yeah, I think what that would basically give us. So for example, right, say it's like we want to reach 50 average viewers during 3-hour stream on Kick. And so we're like, okay, guys, there's going to be like a, X amount of dollars raffle or something. And that will be through GiveLabs, and you guys will unlock that when we reach that metric. And so the day that we reach that metric, we make an announcement, and that opens up the GiveLabs interface. And then people will get to go in there. They'll get to either like take credit for all of the socials they've already engaged with, or they'll get to go and engage with the socials themselves further. And then they'll get however many points depending on how much they engage with. And then at the end of the week, or, sometime later, we will get on stream and we'll, roll the proverbial wheel, and the winner will take home the prize. And now our idea was that if you were not in attendance for the giveaway stream, we would roll it again and someone else would get it. And my belief is that that would sort of ensure and guarantee that the metrics for that giveaway stream would be very high, which would then serve to draw in more people who would hear about that scheme and would then maybe become interested in participating themselves should they maybe have the opportunity to win one. copy someone else and get a participation trophy. That's for trivia, and that works real good for trivia because we like giving away free stuff. But this would be a little different, you know. Does that make sense? Does that sound good to everybody? Like, I know, uh, I know that it's like retweets and following socials and stuff, and that's maybe not the sexiest thing ever. But if someone copies your whole idea and starts a channel with that, I think those guys are talking to each other. Like, and those aren't really the sexiest things ever, like engaging with socials, but it's really gonna make a big difference. Oh, you were talking to me. So wait, so what do you mean? Like, someone copies your whole idea, like copies the idea of that engagement structure? I mean, if somebody picks up that idea, and they become a successful streamer by running giveaways in that way, more power to them. The world needs more giveaways anyway.
Right. I was about to say, like,
Spread the love,
what would be
dude.
the problem with that? Like, yeah, with the
Then
more
we
people
partner with
giving
that
back, like,
streamer.
let them
Like,
do it.
no, we don't kill the competition. Those are what you call bedfellows, dude. Keeping with the gay erotica theme.
The game
But
monitor.
yeah, I think a white paper of some kind to break down the structure would be cool. I mean, maybe a white paper would be a bit of a bit extreme approach, but maybe some sort of a diagram or like a guide. And I know that me just like blurting this out is maybe a bit complicated to follow. But if at any point what I'm saying doesn't make sense, by all means, ask questions. Like, we're trying to hash this out. We're trying to figure out what you guys will like. If what I'm saying doesn't sound exciting and you think, I don't think I would get off my ass for that, what would you get off your ass for, and what would get you to like open up a tab and get on your Twitter and start leaning on the horn? What would get you to honk your horn in traffic and put your head out the window and be like, follow NFT to earn on Twitter and Twitch and YouTube? Well, those are both valid answers. I don't think I can legally do either of those bookending suggestions. Free money? Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the idea. Not with that attitude. My God. We brought our hecklers, dude.
I was gonna say,
Yeah, and Kick, absolutely.
yeah, and Kick.
Yeah, and something to bear in mind. So, like, Sam is really like leaning on Kick, right? And there's a good reason for that. So, Kick is right now kind of small, right? It's not on everyone's radar. And that means that its partnership metrics and partnership deals are really good. And that also means that it's very easy to be the biggest streamer on Kick. So, like, 50 viewers on Kick is a whole lot more valuable than 50 viewers on Twitch, because if you have 50 viewers on Kick, you're on the front page. So anybody who's just like opened Kick's front page can see you. So that's something that we really, really want to lean on. I'll send you $5 to flash on stream. My God, guys, why?
What?
Why? Could make a bunch of QR code stickers to place around cities and high traffic areas. QR Dono has an awesome tool for that. Dude, that's actually a sick idea. I have no idea how we could like actually get boots on the ground to do that, but that's pretty cool. We'll just dump war propaganda out of bombers, with QR codes. But like, yeah, does that does it make sense? Like you said, free money, and what we're talking really is free money. It's just that like we would publish the schematic for acquiring free money, but it is sort of locked behind like a little community mission. And so if you're the one guy who goes out and you absolutely like giga chad that shit and you pull in 50 people to go view the stream on Kick consistently, um we're gonna know. Like, so
Absolutely.
bear that in mind. If you pull a ton of weight getting that to happen, we will notice. um so absolutely, like,
Kruniak, I'm sorry to cut you off. One thing I wanna ask though is on Kick though, the how can we get the stream titles to match between Twitch and Kick? So if
so
you have the Kick open, you'll see what I'm talking about.
oh, is it still the old title?
Right.
So problem with that is that Kick is not supported by Streamlabs, so I can't do that automatically. So it looks like we will have to do that one manually every day.
Okay.
So yeah, unfortunate, but they have a piece of paper with our channel on it in big letters and say, "Oh boy, it'll work. Trust me." You know, only if so it's only legal if it's cosplay, and the vast majority of uh well, okay, unless we're playing anime games, because if we're playing anime games, dude, I can cosplay that shit. I can twink with the best of them.
Oh
But
my god.
um yeah, probably not ideal. Because I'm not like a giant mountain of muscle. I could go to the gym, but again, they kicked me out because they discontinued their year pass and they don't know who I am at the gym anymore, so I would need to be able to afford a gym membership at this point. So guys, everything Kriniak is saying is intended to start the discussion. We are
I mean,
forecasting a budget of
to
at
be
least
fair, like you could just
1K.
gym at the house. We could get THL to do what? What are we trying to get THL to do? Hold up.
He's trying to get your shirt off now. I'm sensing a theme. Okay. That's been enough sweaty
We're
men for one
hold up,
week for you.
hold up.
Um,
Let me throw this out on the table. Let me throw this out on the table. So, with the right amount of viewership, THL might perchance be coaxed into a more shirtless, uh, you know,
a
mode.
more
Like
shirtless
a
shirt. We'll
yeah.
get slightly naked for views.
May get
um,
slightly naked for
and
views.
and Freeman, your suggestion that we can all pitch in for a pull-up bar. I actually have a pull-up bar. It's just not able to mount in this room. I can do a significant number of pull-ups though, because I don't weigh anything.
So you just sit there and you just do the
Dude, I
pull-ups.
once did a handstand, like walked a handstand downhill to impress 9-year-olds. Okay, I am not above this. I will absolutely do exercises for views. Online strippers. No, is what I have to say legally. Um, but anyway, uh, so Darwin Samatikin. So I want to bring us back here because this is a great comment. Um, I want to endorse this kind of comment, and I want to shame all of the stuff that Shadow Boy and Freeman are carrying on about. Although I do love you guys. So guys, everything Kruniak is saying is intended to start a discussion. We are forecasting a budget of at least $1,000 US, so there will be a significant amount of funds to get into the community's hands. Yes. So we will have money. We are going to move this money in your direction. But in order for this to be like sustainable, we need you guys to help us make it sustainable. And so we're hoping to set up some kind of like system of unlocking these giveaways through reaching these stream metrics. So I now that I sound like a truly broken record, I feel like, does that expression still make sense to people?
I'm pretty sure. Pretty standard
I mean, like,
expression.
ringing off the hook still makes sense to people, even though most people like our age haven't even seen a phone like that. But okay, yeah.
Right.
Anyway, now that I've repeated myself like 8 times, how can we give the funds to you and have it also be also benefit the channel? Exactly. So right now the idea is like, average viewership unlock on each of the different media. Probably prioritizing Kick, so we could do like, say for example, if it's like we'll unlock a giveaway when we reach 50 average viewers on Twitch, but for Kick we might do like 35 average viewers. So Kick would be a much easier place for you guys to focus your efforts, right? Does that sound like a good idea to everybody? People in chat, please opine. Sam, please opine. Does that sound reasonable to you as well? Depends how desperate you get.
No, well, remember
Dude, this is
to be
not gonna
certain.
turn into like a
Hold
Finestra
on,
thing, okay?
hold on, hold
Like,
on, hold on, hold on. To be certain, you know as well as I do how this works, how this starts, dude. You sit there in the voice chat, right, and you just talk to people, right? You get, and this is not even just talking to people. This is actually targeted. Like we want to provide fun, dollar bills, dollar bills. Apparently,
right,
we
and
want
also, like, sorry, just
community
I'll throw
notoriety.
this in there as well. Is
I
that
mean, I'm
not?
just talking about the consistent effort of doing it. Like to
Yeah,
be sure, like it's gonna happen no matter what we do. You just sit here and start talking about video games, dollar bills, and everything else in between, from strippers, stripper coin. Let me look at chat. Get a couple other
one of the
inspirations here.
main,
Tournaments. Thank you, Modern Hero, for bringing it back.
yeah,
Working out.
one of the
whatever
main
it is.
ideas is also to do some smaller tournaments, 1v1 events, for some more mainstream games where any of the viewers can challenge the streamer, and if they win, they get a small reward. Dude, I'll 1v1 people on Howling Abyss. I don't give a fuck. I'm not very good. But I'll do it. I mean, I'm probably good enough to beat like 90% of people, but like League players don't say they're good until they're like rank 1 challenger. When I used to recruit, if I spent all day, I can find 50 new people to join Discord and other socials. Yo, those are wild numbers, dude. It's not hard to do, just requires consistency. I'm willing to teach anyone the tips and strategy I use. Yeah. Oh wow, I'm so stupid by the way, because I I read Dr. Win as one word as Darwin before, and I didn't realize that that was Sam.
Yeah.
Oh god. All right, I've been dropped on my head as a child. I didn't sleep enough. My bad. Sorry for like totally like glossing over Sam there. Um,
Yeah, yeah, he's been
yeah.
chatting it up.
So
He's
it's
on Kick too,
rigged.
and the we had some chatter on the Kick chat, so he and I have been
Yeah.
touching on that.
Kick is the only chat that does not show up in the multi-stream chat view for me. So I
Mm.
can only not see Kick. I will absolutely need to address that if I'm to get if we're to pump our Kick numbers essentially.
Or you just have Kick open, have the Kick stream open
Yeah.
and mute it, and then that way you can keep track of that one. You
Also
just have to
lose a couple of
tab
times, so
swap
it's
between
fine if you're
one
not
thing.
some sweaty rank 1 player. Yeah. I actually dropped on my head as a child. I have a scar to prove it. Okay, I wasn't dropped, I jumped, but same diff. Dude, my sister leaned back in a chair, and the dining room table where I used to live was next to the hearth for an open fireplace, and the hearth is made of marble. So
Oh,
she cracked her head on the marble Hearthstone,
Oh.
and oh,
Ouch.
I think she has like a little crease in her skull from that.
Oh, dog.
That's real bad. Um, yeah, uh, that must have hurt so much, dude. Anyway, aside from my sister getting dropped on her head, which you absolutely would not be able to tell. My sister's a genius, but Mr. Fancy Pants with marble over here. We had brick. So we had a brick mantle, like, but the hearthstone was a marble slab. This was like a 200-year-old house, so they be like that, you know. Yeah, I realize sometimes when I talk about like growing up that I really don't do myself any favors with a lot of people, because like I remember one time, and this is gonna do me a lot of not favors for a lot more people. So like my ancestry is like you know, some Mayflower shit, but also some like low-key Scottish royalty. So like
Oh,
you know, people in like my heritage will inherit sets of family silver. So like I remember talking to my friends about like learning about the heat conductivity of silver as a kid. This is where I ostracize myself completely from like everybody. But and the heat conductivity of silver is really bad. It's incredibly conductive. So I remember eating lobster bisque when I was like 5 years old with a silver spoon, and that's where I lost my friends, and my friends were like, "This motherfucker and his silver fucking spoon, born with it." I'll say, like, oh god, I'll never live that shit down. But yeah, incidentally, I burned the fuck out of my hand with a silver spoon when I was 5 years old. On lobster bisque, which is even
jeez.
worse. Out of a foam cup. That's where I bring it back. So yeah, it's okay. I'm poor now. But yeah, it you know, karma gets back at you. Um, well, yeah, for real though. Yeah, it does. It really does. Um, so anyway, not to go too far off on that tangent. Um,
Right.
So, yeah, we will have the funding to do quite a few of these sorts of reward events, and not just like the unlocked tiered events, but maybe just an impromptu. All right, guys, that's enough Albion. I'm tilted. Let's do some like viewer games in League, or let's do some viewer games in Dota, or uh let's like speed run something and see who can do fastest, or whatever it could be. Let's play some Deep Rock Galactic. Let's play some Dark and Darker. Um,
Oh,
whatever
geez.
that is, and we could do all kinds of stuff to engage with the viewers and do like viewers win. I mean, we do this all the time in Planet
We
Quest,
could
right?
try, to be sure,
Right.
Kriniak. We could try World War II online. Bring
We could.
might be onto something.
So
It's a
something
it's a jank game though. I have seen this.
yeah,
It's very
I've
jank,
watched Freeman play it
but it's
before.
pretty fun.
So something else to bear in mind is that,
It's like first Deep Rock Galactic.
yeah, um, last man standing wins. But something to bear in mind for, um, oh, come on. My brain has just like completely wiped itself.
You just went mush.
Yeah,
I hate when that
completely.
happens, dude.
Um, cover
It'll,
for
it'll
me.
come to
Cover
you.
for me.
Yeah, it'll come to you, bro.
Yeah, I'll get it back eventually. It was important though. Um,
Well, but this again, this happens. This happens.
Yeah,
So like, we'll keep
it was
chatting
very
and
much on the subject that
oh
we're meant
wait,
to be.
there's that thing again. This has happened to us many times before.
Oh, it was about stumps, right? So in Planet Quest we do this thing. Thank you so much.
See,
Um,
I just said it like
Yep. So in Planet Quest, we'll do this thing with our weekly shows where, traditionally we would bring trivia, like with our shows. We would do a trivia night, and we would say, all right, who is the, I don't know, like who was the first counselor to like deck someone in the Universal Council? Like we would have those discussions. We would ask a question like that, and then we'd have um, people in the chat would answer those questions, and first three to get it right would win some sort of a prize, right? And so we have more viewers on Kick than on Twitch. Welcome everyone on Kick. You guys are awesome because
Yeah.
I can't see the chat on Kick, so I'm actually gonna go open that up while I'm talking. But thanks so much for coming. You guys are making the dream real. Um, yeah, how did you find us? Um,
Yeah, yeah.
how did you guys come by us? Did you find us through the Discord, or did you just find us like on the front page? Terribly curious, and I'll be able to see your answer just as soon as I get to the page.
You didn't have it open?
I
Oh
didn't
my
have it
god.
open, unfortunately.
Good gosh.
There's a pop out, right? I can pop out.
Who's the
Yes,
first
pop
person
out
to play
chat.
online games? See, Cube NFT Games has it there. Like, see that this would be a person that's great for Stump the Chumps. This would be a person who's like
Yeah, so
really trying to effectively stump us,
you
the
guys
chump.
ask us trivia
You know,
questions instead, though, and if we can't get them, then you guys win a prize. Right. That's the premise
or you
of
would get,
Stump the
or you
Chumps.
would get points, right? Or you would gain points, in a leaderboard to reach a prize. Usually that's normally how we would do it, right? Is we have a set amount of points that we would apply to people during our regular trivia programmings. However, Stumps is usually a little different, but for this type of show, you would gain points as you effectively try to stump the chumps,
Yeah.
which is
So here's a Stump the Chumps for you guys now. Okay, I'll give you a free one. And if I had money to give somebody, I absolutely would for this question. Where does the name Stump the Chumps come from? Do you guys
oh,
know? I feel like it's possible that Jupiter or maybe Sam would get this one, but and that might give you a clue, or maybe Freeman. And the clue is anyone who's like older than my age will have a significant advantage. This is literal radio lore. Yeah. Trivia on crypto. Dude, crypto trivia though? I wouldn't be good at crypto trivia. I could do like Gods Unchained trivia. I could do like Gods Unchained lore trivia or something like that. Although I don't know much about their lore. I do know quite a
I
few of their
mean,
cards though.
yeah, general trivia would be good. I mean, when you start like targeting trivia, then it starts to get like, okay,
So Sam, do
how
you think do you
specific are
think
we
that
gonna get?
15 average viewers during a 3-hour stream would be good, or do you think that we should bump it up to like 25? I know I talked about like 50 and 35 and stuff, but that's a good question. Guys, what do you think are reasonable benchmarks for these things? Like, oh, for today, I mean maybe 20. Um, you want to go today? Um, I didn't realize that we're there already. But okay, I mean, sure, man. Sounds good to me. Um, we could do, yeah, 15 viewers. I'd say yeah, make it 20, you know. Let's see if we can get to
Yeah.
20
So
on Kick for a good while. And that
right.
doesn't mean
Yeah.
everybody who's on YouTube and Twitch just close it and go to Kick, but try and find some more people. Let's get some eyes on this. 50 viewers is reasonable. I
Agreed.
absolutely do think that if we can reach not just like a peak viewership of whatever we're looking for, but an average viewership. So it would be something that we'd have to end the stream and look at the analytics and find those numbers. And then we would
Hmm.
let you guys know in an announcement through the Discord if we had reached it. and then the next day we would do a giveaway, right?
Which we would announce on stream.
Absolutely. Yeah, at the beginning of the stream, we would say, hey guys, in case you didn't see the announcement, we're doing the giveaway. Hope you're here, because if you're not, or well, we wouldn't do the giveaway the next day. We would open the Give Labs thing, and then people could participate through that, and they'd get their entries, right? 3 hours is too much time, so 50 viewers. What? Clarify. 3 hours is too much time to do an average, or like, are you saying 50 viewer peak viewership or 50 viewer average viewership? Asking Cube that question. Maybe giveaway is not what everyone wants. Maybe they want something other than dollars. I'm not convinced. Yeah, what would you guys value? Would you value crypto? Would you value NFT assets? Would you value
maybe some Steam keys? Would you
yeah,
value
would you
video game
value
keys off
like
Steam?
yeah, would you value like winning access to information, like things like that, like not maybe backstage pass or something like that, to be able to be part of these discussions, like almost governance power, something like that. Game giveaways, yeah, we could do game
Yeah, like
giveaways.
Steam keys. That's how I meant. Like, so you go on Steam, right? And we could peruse through the vast Steam library that exists, and kind of find the game like DRG, for example, or Risk of Rain 2, or perhaps like grand prizes of like the Hogwarts Legacy, if people are interested in that. Now, although that's like a solo player game, but again, that's an experience. That's something that someone could win,
We could
enjoy,
also,
and
instead of like giving away a specific game where people would be like, I don't care
right,
about that game, we could say we will give you any title under $30.
right. There
And
you
then
go.
someone could
Perfect.
choose what they want in case,
Yeah.
there's something that they want, but their hardware won't permit it or whatever.
Right. Right.
We could do
Right.
something like that. Or we could do, oh, I had one other idea other than I mean, we could do something like actual assets. So like an idea that I had was, uh things like Gods Unchained cards, if we had those. um but again, that comes with its own complications. um or hey, I don't care if you're the winner and you decide you want to see Hopeful and I do push-ups, we'll do push-ups. um that seems to be a very popular theme of late.
Right.
Some Star
Make
Atlas
the
ships,
hosts
Gods
do
Unchained
something.
cards. Yeah. Oh, also, Sam, I saw something today that indicates to me that renting cards in Gods Unchained is a thing. It's definitely worth looking into. Actually, Freeman, can you talk to me about that a little bit? I know you're much more like plugged into Gods Unchained than I am these days. Do they have asset renting yet? Because if they do, they don't. Okay. Okay. I was misled by one of their tweets. Maybe. I don't know. You haven't
Yeah.
played for months. Oh, you just don't know if they do. Okay, okay. We should look into that and see if they do, because if they allow for renting, we should check and see if the community is interested, because like it's Gods Unchained, man. Like if you get a few good cards, people might want those, you know, for shared revenue or something. Like that could be really cool.
True.
If the guild could secure a demo, like, bro, I'll play with that thing. Um I'm good at card games, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, trying to keep up with all these notifications. Oh my god, Freeman, I can't say that.
What did he do?
He DM'd me a Epstein joke. That's all anyone needs to know. It can't take this man anywhere. Oh my god. Not for broadcast. I thought you said say this on broadcast. I misread it. My god. We have 10. Now there's only 10 to go to give away something. So yeah, Sam, to quote Matt Mercer, how do you want to do this?
How do you want to do
Do you want to say when they reach 20 viewers on Kick, we will open the Give Labs? Or do you want to say when we reach 20 on Kick, we'll spin the wheel and pick someone? I think maybe saying that we open the Give Labs and then people can interact with that would at least incentivize people to come back. And I think that that would be healthy for the community. What do you guys want, though? I mean, yeah, so we think we want to do it through Give Labs, but what would you want for a prize, right? Sam, what would you say would be like the value budget here? Like $50 in value of prize? Or like more or less for tonight, $10? Okay, so $10 prize value, guys. What would you want? What would you value if you were the winner? Would you just want the $10? Would you want a $10 Steam title? So cards can sell in marketplace. Spin the wheel. Ha ha ha. Like some trivia. Oh yeah, I mean I could come up with some like A-list level trivia. I'm always in for crypto or NFTs. Okay.
So A-list level trivia might be something.
I mean, I know you know what that means.
Yeah.
Freeman might know what that means. I'll let everyone in on a little secret. That means cruel and unusual, like violating the Geneva Convention levels of trivia.
Honestly.
Yeah, okay, so story time about A-list trivia. So I had gotten, like, when we started running trivia for our shows with Planet Quest, we, like, I think this was, what, like, June or so of 22? So it was about a year ago, I think, that we got the all clear to run trivia night. And originally, I was generally writing the trivia questions. And eventually, you know, after a couple of weeks, we started doing a thing where I would write a few trivia questions, and Hopeful would write a few, and the other guy who was with us, Aelis, would write a few trivia questions. And so I gained a reputation for asking insanely hard questions.
So Kruniak's questions were like they were guffawed, like they were gasped. A-list's questions, people just scratched their heads.
We'll get there,
And my
Freeman.
questions came along,
It's
and
coming.
people were like, "Oh, that was a sigh of relief."
Yeah, Hopeful would ask really gentle questions, man. So, Freeman, to speak to what you're asking, real quick, we are in conversations with him. Nothing is confirmed, but there is a level of interest. It has to do with whether or not he is monetarily secured. That's okay. Here's your motivation, guys. All right, if this stream grows enough that we can secure sponsorships and funding, we can buy A-list. That's your motivation. Get out there and work. And for those of you who know him, that's a very big incentive. For those of you who don't, trust me, you want this man. He is such an amazing asset. So and having him around would be fantastic.
Yeah. I gotta say, A-list he's kind of the he's great. He's the missing piece to the trio.
Jesus
the
Christ,
juju,
Freeman.
right? No?
Yeah, he's our boy. We want him back. He's wonderful. But to finish the story real quick, I got myself a reputation for asking really hard questions, and Hopeful got a reputation for asking really gentle questions. And Aeolus had a reputation for doing, sort of middle of the road, fair questions, like he designed them with some intention for being doable or something. And one time when we were sort of poking fun about the way that people labeled us this way, and Aeolus was like, no, nobody talks about this, but you guys don't realize I'm careful. Like, I'm not trying to make them hard. And so he came at us one time. He said, "You guys aren't ready for this. Tonight, I've made deadly trivia." And I swear to God, he designed questions that literally only I could get. And I only got like 2 of them. One of them was about what the relationship between a particular constellation was and a plant. And the answer was alum, like the alum family, onions. And how that related to the joke about how the Union is often referred to as onions in Planet Quest culture. Like, it was the stupidest question ever, and I'm so
Such a
jealous of that
far
idea.
reach.
It was so funny.
It was like an actual interstellar reach this man went for,
Yeah,
and he
dude.
did
Oh my
it.
god. So yeah, that's the legend of hard mode trivia with Aeolus. So in case we ever bring that up again, that's what we're talking about. So we still haven't quite nailed down what it is that we want for a price. And uh I'm inclined to say maybe that's an indication that we should just do like 10 USDC, because like there doesn't seem to be any strong feedback on the subject. If it would be simpler, I think some people, if they already know what they would spend that 10 USDC on, I don't see why they couldn't just be like, this Steam title, please, on Polygon, not ETH. Yeah, I mean, I guess that could be done. I don't know, Sam. Does it really matter if it's like wrapped or not wrapped on a particular network? Like, and I don't know if we would
Because
be.
technically speaking, like USDC, you can operate USDC on Polygon
Yeah,
as well as on ETH, but I feel like the preference from some folks would be to operate on the layer 2s
yeah,
to prevent
probably.
any unnecessary gas.
Now, when you're on IMX, can you move funds like from private wallets to private
You
wallets
can,
without
but on
purchase
Token
of
Trove,
assets?
not on IMX specifically. You have to use like a third party, which some people might find to be too much for their security profile, right?
Okay,
But Token Trove you can use to transfer currency from one wallet to another. On
that's
IMX you
very
cannot.
good to know. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, how are our viewer counts looking on Kick right now? I have Kick's
Kick
chat open, but actually the chat doesn't have a.
got eight, so we're down 2.
Okay, we're at
We
8.
lost
We
2
need
for some
12.
reason. Yeah, it was at 10. Um, as far as B&B goes, and someone saying it's not stable and moves around a lot, I don't know that that's completely accurate. I mean, I was just looking at the last week of it. It's all 2.5% movement, and the fees are super low. I've been sending and receiving B&B coin for years now, and so that's why I like B&B. But other options are good. I mean, Litecoin is really super cheap and fast. I think Solana can be sent pretty cheap and fast, but those coins are volatile, and that's why I like BNB, because it's been pretty stable. So you can always convert it, right, to some sort of a stable coin pretty easily, right? It's not a lot of fees to do that, is it? Or am I wrong?
I haven't done much of anything on like BNB Smart Chain myself, so I don't have anything to contribute to this conversation.
Yeah, likewise, I haven't messed too much with
Yeah, it's
BNB.
super easy to add it as a coin on your MetaMask. There's plenty of Google articles that walk you through. It's just like adding any other coin. It takes about 2 minutes. So if we don't want to do that, yeah, we do have USDC as well. BUSD is
Freeman mentioning
another one as
Pancake
well.
Swap
That's
here.
modern good point.
Oh my god, Pancake Swap.
Yikes. I haven't thought about Sushi Swap and Pancake Swap for a while.
Yeah.
I remember when I first got into crypto, those things just those words scared the hell out of me, dude. I didn't know what was going on with those sites. I didn't understand their like purpose at all.
Yeah, no, they were scary places to be honest. Decentralized exchanges.
All right, so what is it like? Okay, so perfect world. We hit 20 viewers on Kick, and then
Right.
we roll a wheel between, everyone present, and do a giveaway, right? So here's the question for all of you guys in the audience, and that goes between all of the different like media, right? Everyone on Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, and Kick.
Mm-hmm.
What is your path to getting Kick to those numbers right now? Right? Like what is it that you guys would need to do? Like share a link to people in your Discord or on your Facebook friends list or whatever. Um, you know, is this the friends and family angle? Is this the, DM this or like put a link in your group chat with all of your NFT alpha buddies, that kind of thing. Hey, cheers, Jupe. Get some sleep.
Later, Jube.
Never heard of Kick until today. Yeah, Kick is relatively new. They've kind of popped up to compete with Twitch for reading their streamers a certain way that I won't elaborate on too much.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so I think better partnership deals, better revenue, stuff like that. So hopefully we can get our numbers up on Kick, because that will be very helpful for us, and therefore for all of you guys, right?
Right.
NFT India stable. Okay, DM is best and never just spam links anywhere. Is a useless strategy. Get you banned on platforms like okay. So, so best strategy, according to Sam, who I would say is probably like the master of doing this. There's a reason he's kind of in charge around here. Is so he's saying to DM and not to spam. So who do you guys know that would be interested? And I would say don't like DM people that are like, I've never heard of crypto. I mean, do if you think they would be interested, but like, hit up your buddies that will be interested to like be part of this, to hear what we have to say, or want $10, whichever one. And let's see if we can pump those numbers. Now, obviously tonight, a lot of people will come in here and they'll be like, I haven't got a clue what you guys are talking about. I'm coming in the middle of the conversation. There's no gameplay.
Right.
I don't understand. What's the appeal? Other than looking at, these guys and their beautiful faces. But during the week, we'll be doing gameplay. So obviously we'll talk crypto. We'll answer your questions if you want to talk crypto. But during the week, we'll largely be doing gameplay, and we'll be talking gameplay and guild mechanics and all of that stuff. So, if it comes down to it, we can't reach those metrics tonight or anything. We'll have plenty more chances throughout the week when it'll be easier for you guys to tempt people in your friends lists with, these guys are playing the game that you like. Get in here.
Right.
Don't message friends. That's a very limiting strategy. Find new people. Okay. Listen to this guy. He knows what he's talking about. I, for the record, am terrible at this stuff. Cold calling is not my strong suit. I can tell you that from experience. I was a salesman briefly, um, and that was tough. Endless amount of people you can strike up conversations with. Yeah, that's fair.
Oh, I got that.
It's morning here for Cube. Do you mean that you've stayed up all night and the sun has just come up, or it's the AM hours, like in the 11 AM hours range, and you woke up and hopped into the stream with us?
Right, that's what I'm wondering as well. Like, what exactly? What time is it? And whether or not they stayed up all night. We have folks like that that do that to like in the Planet Quest storyline discourse,
Yeah,
like Mario,
dude, we
for
got a
example.
guy. We got a guy in there, Mario,
Yeah,
who will stay up till 5 a.m. for our shows sometimes. That guy is such a champ. I don't know how he does that. That would kill me. I mean, I say after
honestly.
having gotten to sleep at 5 a.m. last night. Planet Quest UC get a little dicey about cross advertising, right? They absolutely do. If in Planet Quest, if you're in Planet Quest and they find and someone like reports you for shilling in DMs, they will absolutely ban the hell out of you. So I would say
Right.
go to more lenient servers if you're looking for um people to like share stuff like this with, unless you are close friends or something, or like know each other fairly well in PQ,
Mhm.
and they know that you're not trying to scam them.
Precisely.
Yeah, PQ, careful there. You want to talk about people in HGG though, for those of you who are in HGG, yeah, yeah, shill it up, man. I have no shame.
Yeah, absolutely. By all means, get the word out.
Okay. So you're not like overextending yourself to be here with us. That's good to know. I'm glad that this is like a reasonable time for you to be here.
Cool.
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, I know that, Freeman, but Dragon Master Discord, there's a scholarship section where you can post a general message looking for scholars or pro gamers. That could be pretty helpful. You guys could probably get a few
Yeah,
people there. Absolutely.
absolutely. There's a bunch of owner mentor, or like a manager mentor things, scholarship manager channels in the discords that people can
Yeah,
and including
off-topic
off
zones
topic
for
zones,
sure.
right? Like, yeah, off topic as well. So those are zones that you can engage like the general community
Right.
with things like this.
If anybody here is like has their fingers in any projects like as advisors or things like that, and you want to say, to people who are higher up in those projects, maybe this is completely the wrong approach, but it makes sense to me anyway, to say like, hey, I'm, you know, aware of like a very large community that's doing a lot of media outreach, and they're looking for people, maybe talk to them about partnerships, or you know uh get over there and look at their stuff, because like when we have numbers, we can be very powerful for any project that obviously is legitimate, that wants
Right.
eyes
Yeah.
on something that they do, right?
Yes.
So the more success we have, the more value we can give to partners and things, respective and otherwise. Um, and then another thing, while we're waiting on you guys to work literal magic,
Right. Actually, like magic.
although it's really not magic, it's just hard work, guys. So like, if we get there, like, take credit. Um, but I would say, funny you should mention that, Freeman, because actually Planet Quest and NFT to Earn are currently partnered. I think NFT to Earn was their first partner.
One of the first partners. Yeah.
Yeah. They are currently partnered. You could actually see, I think Condor is first community partner, right? I think Condor is in listed as one of the partners in Planet Quest's like roster. Yeah,
Yes.
partners before PQ existed. Yep. So yeah, well, while you guys are working on that though, I'm curious what you guys think would be, I guess, any other ways, right? So we've talked about, Give Labs and doing like raffle giveaways and stuff like that. What could be some other ways? I know, I think it was either Sam or Modern, I can't remember which one of you guys brought it up, talking about doing smaller like 1v1s and stuff with the streamers in different
I think that was
games,
Modern.
little tournaments and stuff. Yeah, I think you're right. I think that was Modern. So that's another thing on the table that I think would absolutely be beneficial and fun as well. Have some interactivity and it would reward some skill. Although I think that we should watch out for repeat winners. That's something to bear in mind. Like, obviously, you should be able to, in the name of meritocracy, you should be able to benefit from your skill. But I think that having things like we've had the problem with trivia being absolutely dominated by one individual, so we don't want people to feel like they never have a shot. So we should probably do equal measure of like RNG versus skill-based giveaways.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I could see the merit of doing something like that. I mean, when you come down to it, there's RNG in a lot of skill-based games that we could
Sure.
potentially use to 1v1 community members, or even host versus community member, or whatever we actually end up doing. Um, in a game like Deep Rock Galactic, you'd have to be pretty how to say, like, ingenuitive in how you go about forming competition, because that game is very cooperative, right? It's not a
Right.
very competitive
I
game.
think
You'd have
that
to, like,
you would do
people
with
playing the
chat,
same
you would
mission
make
type,
like bets with chat about the outcome of things, or
or
that
like
would,
who has the higher
yeah,
score at the end of the same mission, right? You both do like the
yeah.
same mission, and whoever
You
has the
you could
higher
easily do
score.
like polls for that. I
Or
think.
yeah, based on gameplay or overall like rock and stone ability, like who rock and stoned harder. You
Yeah.
could definitely get the crowd involved with that, and see
Uh, quiz for
who's
everyone.
crowded harder, or who's
Is
drilled the
rocking
best.
or stoning more more better legally speaking?
Yeah, rocking is
um,
better than stoning, legally speaking.
yeah. There's a lot of stuff like that we could do, but oh, welcome back, Jupe. Um,
What's up,
but
Jude?
what do you guys think would be another cool thing to do? So we've thought about the Give Labs thing for unlocking certain with certain metrics on the streams. We've thought about running some giveaways for tournaments and 1v1s with the streamers and some stuff like that. Any other ideas that we could use to like make rewards not only like fun and engaging, but accessible and fair, right?
Right. I mean, we definitely want a
I'll
level
ask
playing.
GPT for ideas. Dude, Jupe, you're the best, man. This guy is cracked. I'm fascinated to hear what GPT will come up with for this question. What should NFT to earn do for their giveaway problem? Oh my god.
If ChatGPT understands that
If
question,
ChatGPT comes back with like the best answer ever, I'm gonna I don't know if I'll be more upset than I will be happy. I'll have a
or
very
amazed, or
I'll
just
have quite a few mixed
flabbergasted,
emotions.
just slack-jawed, really.
Yeah. If it's able to understand the nuance of our situation just by the question, I'll be absolutely
I'm gonna be
flabbergasted.
actually floored, yeah.
Yeah. Um you need to run anyone. There is no doubt we have a partner. Run it by anyone there. We have a partnership. You are right. We do have a partnership with PQ. However, They're very antsy. They are very antsy over there. And I don't know. Wait, absolutely. There are various ways. Oh, this is ChatGPT. Absolutely. There are various ways you can structure your giveaways to avoid potential problems. Here are a few strategies. 1. Establish clear rules. Clearly state the terms and conditions of the giveaway. Include the start and end dates, eligibility requirements, e.g., guild must be a guild member for X amount of time, and how the winner will be selected. 2. Random drawing. To avoid favoritism, make the selection process random. This way, every member um, every member has an
Everyone has
equal
an
chance
equal
of
chance of
winning. You can use randomizer tools that are available. Yeah, okay, that's ChatGPT giving very good general advice. Okay, I'm not blown away. But thank you very much for checking to see if it would come up with anything. Um, sometimes it does surprise you, man. Move on to other partners. Oh, I really hope it wouldn't ever come to that, man.
Yeah, me either.
Just
To be
good.
honest,
I don't know,
it's
Hopeful. What's your take? Like the idea of asking for support in EQ general chat like scares the hell out of me because of my own, prior experiences with how they've looked on things like that. But
to to be honest, we do have a history of doing first and asking for forgiveness later.
yeah,
You know, to be honest, we have definitely towed the line there many a time.
Toad, that's TOED, Gods Unchained. TOED. Okay. Um I'm not worried. I've done it before. I mean, I know. Well, we were served a cease and desist, and we were informed that if we ever made another transgression, that we would be unceremoniously removed. So, um,
Yeah.
uh, I think it's probably best if we don't do anything, um, in there. But and that goes also for Jupiter and Freeman as well. I think those guys are also on similarly thin ice. Um, You probably should. Trinity and Channel aren't at your level. Yeah, yeah. We don't have the partner label. Um, yeah. I think that they would respect it coming from you a lot more. We need 9 more. Think.
So yeah, Miss Mohan, and I hope I'm not butchering your name. Like I agree that but proper competition where
Oh, did we just lose your microphone? His headset has died. The hopeful "Can you hear me" loser has lost connection. Damn. It happens. It's okay. We'll get cursed hopeful. Yep. Here we go. You guys ready for this? Are you ready for the husk? Okay. Let's see. I don't know if I have to do anything. Source just for your webcam. Oh, it's just, yeah, it just has to come through Discord anyway, so it doesn't have anything to do with Streamlabs.
Right.
Oh, there we are. We got him back.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can, and you sound like you live in a tin can. It's brilliant.
Tin Can Hopeful.
Yep.
I told you.
All right, guys. This is what happens when you meet Hopeful in Dark Souls, and he starts telling you about how sad his life is. This is what he
For
sounds like from
real.
inside his helmet.
For real though, this is like sad Hopeful.
Yep. Whoa. Okay. Jupe hitting us with a lot more GPT. In-game currency. Giveaway in-game currency that can be used to buy items, character skins, other things. So that'd be like the equivalent of RP giveaways and silver giveaways. Guild swag, if your guild has any real-world merchandise. Yo, dude! N2E or like N2E guild merch, like shirts and stuff, would be really cool.
That would be cool.
Game subscriptions. gaming
missing out on it.
equipment.
But like I was
Ooh,
saying, so we want to make real competition, right? Skill based RNG, so something that caters to a bunch of people and something that like many other folks can win and invite their friends to. So we haven't seen much of it. We haven't seen too much of that. It's just a lot of very unrelated competition, and some of it seems rather scammy. Like if you go on Twitter, it's just an endless chain of like, oh, ApeCoin and all this other nonsense, and you don't really
ApeCoin.
know if it's real. So we're not trying to
Wasn't
do that.
ApeCoin a
We
real
want
thing?
to ApeCoin is a real thing, dude. It's I mean, it's a real thing, but whether or not it like what's advertised on
Whether it's a
Twitter is
good
real
thing
or
or
not,
not, yeah.
I don't know. So
Not financial advice, of course.
not financial advice at all. Like that was like purely like just off the top of the dome.
Oh, actually, Jupe, this is a really good idea. So, this
There you go.
might
Yes.
actually mess up everything, but exclusive titles and ranks within the guild. So, if you can do custom titles or ranks inside Albion, or if you can do, we know we can do custom roles in Discord. So we could have
Mhm.
prizes for roles in Discord or for like, um, lieutenant titles in guilds or things like that. Like that could be really cool for somebody who is able to sort of, especially for someone who proves himself in like a tournament in game. The idea that they would win some sort of rank would be huge. That would feel like an actual medieval tournament. The winner gets, I don't know, lands and titles.
To be sure, like that's a great accolade. It's a great win. It's a great
Yeah.
thing to tote around is having land and a title. Those are both two great things to have.
I
Oh,
don't
and
think I
by the
can
way,
say,
I feel need to mention. I'm sorry, Cornelia, I feel need to mention.
oh,
Tin Can Hopeful is memeable, but it's not something that we're gonna have unless we want Tin Can Hopeful for certain streams. Like that's like the memeability of it. But Hopeful's gonna like fix his headset soon. Don't worry about it. It's an
yeah.
older headset. He dies very
No
quickly.
worries, no worries. So yeah, I think that's probably right. You should hopefully if we can get in contact with PQ, we can
Mhm.
actually like discuss with them the situation and like make sure or maybe reestablish the terms of the partnership so that everyone's like smoothed over and everyone's okay with everything. To be clear, they don't like hate us because we are moderators over there, but they might get nervous and they might like do something foolish with a knee-jerk reaction. So probably better to like settle these things and like affirm the situation on the back end first. Designs by the community for real world keyboards or headsets. Dude, that is a good idea. We could do like, if you win this thing, we will like send you a thing with like your custom design on it or whatever, or like we'll work with you to do a custom design for a thing. That would be a really cool like big prize. Yeah.
Mm.
Branson, I think we need to be very careful. If you're talking N2E roles or cross chat, it would have to be initiated by Dr. Wen, but even then I'm nervous.
Oh, Jude, no, you're talking about like when we were referencing PQ, we were talking about like sharing this stream, for example. Getting more folks involved in this
Yeah, they
specific
didn't
stream.
like us sharing our own like entirely PQ focused stream in their server. So I think that another project, even a partner, would probably ruffle quite a few feathers. Especially with our faces on it.
Yeah,
Yeah. So yeah, that's a
we're known for
discussion for
being
the back
like
end.
trendsetters, and we move stuff. Like we kind of like poke the bear all the time in that server. We're known for it,
Right.
and we kind of have that of wanting to um, do the right thing, but it's considered the wrong way, I guess, about going about it. But it is what it is.
Honestly, I think that's a very reasonable message. I do think that there's some danger though from people who aren't like OGs from PQ, because currently, Sam, you only have a Federation citizen role. Condor is the only one with a partner role in Planet Quest from NFT to earn. So yeah, they didn't give you a special role for some reason. Hopefully Lauren is online right now, so he'll probably recognize you and be okay with it, and he might actually like give you the role. I don't know.
He should. I mean, he might not even have permission to do that himself. Like, he might not know how. Moreover,
I mean, I'm sure he could figure it out, but yeah, that's awkward. I'm actually
I'm curious. I'm curious. Let's see what
that's
would happen.
so funny. They didn't they didn't give you the role, dude. Oh my god. Yeah. It's okay. I just want to be a peon there.
Want to do one in Mobile Legends.
Dr. Pleb. You should change your server name to Dr. Pleb. Jeez. Oh man.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah, I mean, of course he's fed, man. Of course he's fed. Hanging out with Hopeful.
Wait, what?
This man showers. Of course he's not in the Union.
Oh no.
They give out doctorates in being. Bro, you're killing me. Why are you so mean to me? All right. Oh, jeez. All right. How's Kick doing right now? How's the count?
We're at 11. We need 9 more.
9 more, guys. 9 more to go. I should put up like a counter, except for the fact that I can't actually source anything through Kick. Damn it. We'll just pretend. We'll pretend there's like a little number in the corner of the screen that shows the Kick viewer count, and we just need to get it to go to 20, guys. We can do it. I believe in you. All we need to do is another dramatic reading of somebody's weekend summer camp story.
I mean, I don't have anything written about my camping journey to the mountains, but jeez. You know, I don't know, maybe.
Well, chapter 1, Hopeful struck out alone. His wife was with him, but it sounds better if he was alone. Shirtless, with an axe.
I did have an axe. Two axes.
Little did he know, the bear was on his trail.
Oh. I don't like that.
Okay, so Jupe's doing more chat GPT. Let's see. Viewer interaction. Engage your viewers. This could mean responding to comments in real time. Not a problem. Themed streams. Host special themed streams like shirtless streams.
Right.
Sorry, it's too free. I'll stop. Such as charity streams, cosplay streams, or retro gaming streams. Special events like this can create buzz and attract viewers. Challenges or speedruns. Yo, I'm bad at speedruns. Hopeful, I was actually very concerned about you. Yeah, we weren't sure if you might have like gotten turned around off trail, because I remember you told me that you were camping off trail, and I was like, haven't heard from the man in a few days. We didn't know that you were planning to be away for the whole weekend. But,
no, I actually made plans to try to make the AMA if it was still going to happen. But then I had a discussion with you, and you had mentioned that there was the potential of it being like pushed out. So I was like, oh.
Right. You know what's funny? Well, actually, no, I won't talk about that.
Government camp.
Yeah.
Like, cause there was like, I wasn't so like off the trail that I was like desolate, devoid of civilization. You know, I was like, maybe a football field 100 yards from like my car and then the road, and then from there maybe 5 miles from what's called government camp, which you can look it up in Oregon. It's right at the base of Mount Hood, which is kind of where we were camped at. but very cool stuff. So I would have gone there, gotten some reception, and we would have done the stream. But
Right.
other things happened.
Stream different game. I'm confident we will. It's on our to-do list. Confident we will. Oh, get Paulo for an AMA or something.
Misa instead of
ideas.
Paulo offering. Paulo, don't you think we could probably line that up?
Oh, absolutely. I could message him on Telegram and be like, "Yo, respond to Sam."
Yeah,
he might be avoiding me though. So not so long ago, Paulo sent me a white paper to look over. So he, I guess, had some connection to a project, and he sent me their white paper because I had been talking to him about my editing business that I wanted to start, right? And so he sent me their white paper, and I looked over and I was like, wow, this is a lot cleaner than most white papers. So I looked through like 3 pages of it, and I sent him about 1,000 words of edits that I think needed to be made. And I also made it clear that this was really good for most white papers. And he said, I'll pass it along, and I haven't heard from him in like a month and a half. So clearly the writers of that white paper were not thrilled with how much I found wrong with it. Yeah. Yeah. So for anyone who's not aware of the fact, my background is as an editor of English text.
I do remember telling you not to go so ham diesel with that.
Dude, you saw them though.
There was a lot of danger.
It was so backwards. So the issue with the project, and I won't name the project because I don't want to
don't do that.
Ring any ears or anything. But the issue with the project was that it was so lore-wise, right? As a premise, it was so cute, right? It was like, Spirited Away or In the Blind Forest kind of aesthetic. And then the visuals were like meth head Junkrat, it was like meth head weasels. And I'm looking at this and I'm like, this is terrible. This just sets you up for an expectation that it absolutely does not deliver on. It is so disappointing. And I pointed that out in my edits, and I don't think they appreciated it. And I said, look, you either need to completely revamp the aesthetic of the lore, or you need to change the art, and I highly recommend you change the art.
But when you say change it, because from your standpoint,
I meant redo it entirely.
I know. Listen to me when I say this, dude. You pretty much you were.
I invalidated their entire career.
Yeah, you took a shit on them entirely. Let's just start there.
I did. Free of charge. I didn't charge them for it.
No, I get that. It's still whether you get charged or you get kicked in the balls or punched in the balls for free. It's still a punch or a kick in the balls. Period. Here was their belt, and you said, "Puh." Right?
Yeah, I mean, you're right. You are right. But, it might have saved their bacon. There's no knowing. I might have saved their bacon free of charge.
No, but what I'm trying to tell you is, when you tell, a project, bro, you need to either do this or this, and those options are completely and utterly change your creative thought structure on your fucking project, or completely and utterly change your fucking artistic direction on your project.
Miss Morgan knows, right? I don't know if it's Morgan or Mowen. Maybe, yeah, you could tell me if you care. But yeah, you get it. Editors are supposed to be honest. Yeah. Mon? Okay.
It's Mon, yeah.
Sounds good to me. Yeah, no, you get it though. You are supposed to be honest. We are back to 12. We made it to 12, guys. And in case you didn't notice, we're at the point where we're doing 2 winners of $10 each if we reach 20. And we have approximately 1 more hour to do that. So let's make it happen.
I think we can do it. I think we can make it happen. And we're going to have some fun doing it along the way.
Let me bug HGG with an @here ping.
Yeah. Send them folks a little message, see if we can't get a couple. So if you want, Jupe, I mean, on Kick, you can just mute on Kick and then just leave it up on Twitch. We're technically up on YouTube as well. Are we on Facebook too? Are we streaming Facebook? Yeah, we should be, right?
Let me get the link for the kick real quick so that I can just make it easy for
Yeah.
everyone.
Yeah, we are. We are on Facebook. It's like that. Good deal.
Okay. We've got what? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people online. Yo, if we could get Muka in here in Kick,
Oh
asking us
my
what the heck
god.
is going on here, that'd actually be a very worthwhile partnership that Muka could set up.
Oh,
Hey, thanks,
absolutely.
Jupe. He has liked the stream. Okay, so if you like the stream, I'm gonna assume that that is a function of Facebook, correct?
Maybe. I mean, I liked the stream and Juke did as well. So maybe it pinged up because I was the one who hit like on there. I'm not sure.
Okay, yeah, it says that you've liked. Wonderful. Thank you
Yeah,
for
yeah, yeah.
thank you for liking your own stream.
Oh
Um,
yeah, yeah. That's
yeah.
hopeful, by the way. That's me. So yeah, if
Yeah, and I
everyone,
mean,
if you
you guys will probably be doing that anyway because when we do the Give Labs thing, it'll probably request that you know, like and share and um subscribe on YouTube and like on YouTube and
yeah.
comment and follow and all of those things. And I think that's an exhaustive list of all of the tasks. 6 to go. We're at 14, guys. Let's do it.
Do we did we Kurniak, to be honest, like were we just discussing how how to do these yeah, if we got A list, dude, that'd be ridiculous because then we could be in here just shooting the crap with the boy. Did we
Yeah.
just want to discuss like how we want to handle giveaways and talk about the brand and the promotion and just general stuff, or do we actually want to get on a game and start fucking streaming, bro? Like, do we want to like just
So I
absent-mindedly play
I
something?
think tomorrow when we do our I think our weekday streams, we want to
Weekday
do
streams we're
games
doing
and we'll
okay.
be playing
Okay.
games. Saturday, I think we want to be exploring new games that might be interesting to the community, and we'll do a different game every
Right.
week and revisit games occasionally. And
Cool.
Sundays we'll make as our kind of
Kind of
community
like
powwow, discuss the future of things and, you know, rehash progress. And maybe as we go along, we will also come up with like a little background game to be playing at the same time. Maybe we'll do that in future.
right.
What game do you guys think would be like not too distracting, just some relaxing gameplay to have in the background for Sunday streams? Any suggestions? Because I feel like something like, you know, something like League or maybe Albion might be a little too like intense. But
I
something
mean,
that's just sort
to
of
be honest,
visual aid.
you and I could literally just sit there and DRG, bro. I bought you the key for a reason.
Oh
We
yeah,
could do
yeah.
like a
We
very
could do
easy mission
some
type.
Rock and Stone. I mean, I would be distracted because I think that game is hard, but
No. Like I said, to be sure, we could do the easier game mode, right? And it could be just
right.
run throughs of the game type. It can literally just absent-minded gaming,
Yeah,
right? Like as we're
absolutely.
doing stuff, there's a visual aid, so people can watch us doing something, and we can also still shoot the crap. And if we can honestly just do custom games too between you and I'm not sure if you knew
Yeah.
that, but we don't actually have to play with other folk online.
So I don't
So kick now at
know
15,
if it
right?
was me or if it was somebody else, but I did put an @ here in my server, or in rather in our server to try and pick up anyone and everyone. Now I just want to like backlog a little bit. We got another like from Facebook, and also yeah, thank Sam liked the stream as well, through the page. It was lovely. Um, I am certain I will butcher the pronunciation of of this name. Wait, actually, is this Polish? It might be. It might just be Evie.
Wait. What are we talking about?
I'm looking at someone liked the stream, and I'm looking at this, terrified to attempt to say it aloud, in case I do it an injustice and a dishonor, and I wouldn't want to do that. But thank you nonetheless for liking the stream. I hope we can keep you entertained. How about some old school game? Dude, I would old school games can be really distracting insofar as like the amount of nostalgia that they can kick up, but that would still be cool. I'd play some Myth or something. I think I'd have to set up Max with a copy, which is fine. It's free. It's abandonware, but that could be fun to do. Something like that. Yeah.
You talk about old school. Immediately I think of old school RuneScape, like OSRS, that.
That's a kind of gaming too.
Yeah, that's like the old school gaming experience. I feel like most people, if not all, should have been exposed to like as a child. Like that's economics 101, cybersecurity 101, game 101. All that stuff wrapped in one. But then again, there's even more retro games, right? Like
I could stream myself getting obliterated by Aldrich over and over again in Dark Souls 3. I will never get past that boss. To be sure, I haven't tried that hard, but Warframe is a really easy, just like mindless gameplay kind of game.
Warframe, really?
Absolutely, yeah. I used to play Warframe in the canteens in Planet Quest all the time.
Oh
wow. With Dino. I miss that guy. I'm sad about what happened with him. He was cool.
Until he wasn't.
Yeah, some people got on his bad side, and he had anger issues, but he was a nice guy.
Yeah, he was.
I feel strongly about that, but you know, I just remember him getting like weaponized during some of our less fun conversations with people, and that made me really upset. Because like they're like, well, where were you guys when this was going on? I was like, do you not remember me being here? Like, thank you very much. But anyway, irrelevant to most people here. Horror stories of the past. So yeah. Presumably we're doing really well. We should be at like 15 or so right now. That's only 5 left to go. I'm betting we can do this. We got an hour. Or like 45 minutes. We can get there. And if we can't today, then everybody here knows about this now and can come in here tomorrow, and we can just try again for another 3 hours, and so on and so forth. You know?
Right.
And remember, it's not just going to be Kick, right? We'll do this for Kick, but we'll also do this for other ones of the platforms as well, right? You know, the numbers will be different each of these times, and we'll try and push the numbers higher every time. But we want to get eyes on these things so that we can move forward. You know. Right, I had an idea a few minutes ago.
What is it?
So people were talking about. Well, people have been saying, you know, get A-list, you know, chanting, and believe me, I'm with you there. But what about like a displate as a prize?
A what?
Displate? They're like steel plate art, like wall hangers.
Right.
Are you familiar with those?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
something like that, like a custom one of those would be so cool for a giveaway. So like if we were to at some point work with a capable creator to make one for something and then use that as a prize, that could be super cool as an event. Yeah. That would be a much later down the road kind of a thing, but that's the kind of thing we want to be thinking about, is like, you know, would that interest you guys? like, would you like a one of a kind wall hanger that no one else has? That's related to something that we've done here? Like,
Or to a game that we've played, or to an
yeah.
NFT project you like, for example,
Yeah,
potential
we're talking
collaboration or
unique.
sponsor we have.
Like, would
Yeah,
that be interesting to anyone here? Like, I mean, I want one. Like, um,
yeah. Custom art is hard to come by, man. I don't have enough stuff on my walls. You know what I'm saying?
absolutely. I mean, those are some blank walls, guys.
God damn, help me fill my walls.
Populate Max's walls.
Jeez.
uh, that's the goal, right? We need a buy Alis a new computer stream, and we need a populate Hopeful's walls.
Jeez, yeah. Otherwise, I'm just gonna keep doing puzzles with my wife and putting them on the walls. You see the Skyrim one over there? You see that?
This will not do. Although, is that a map of Skyrim?
It is. It is. That over there is a
Okay, I
map
mean
of
that is
Skyrim.
cool as hell. That is cool. I like that a lot.
Yeah, it's been most helpful. It's got the little X's where the treasure maps are, the little treasure spots.
Never open the map again. Just look over your shoulder.
Yeah. It's exactly that was the point.
That's awesome, dude. All right, how we doing? Where are numbers at? We still at 15, guys?
May have lost a few along the way, but
Bring them back. We can do it.
Ever have one of those foods where you poop and you look and there's no poop? That's crazy. Did your toilet eat the poop before you flushed? I don't understand what happened. That was a long poop, by the way.
Magic toilet.
It's concerning me.
Apparently. I'm looking through the Discord servers that I'm in, and not sure where else I would look for people to talk to myself. But I'm not alone here. There's a whole bunch of y'all.
Yeah, there's only so many.
And there's money in it.
Posted. Yeah, there.
That
there
would
is
absolutely
money in it
motivate a
for
lot
y'all.
of people.
Bro, you gotta get those issues under wraps, dude. Like, did you take like probiotics, bro? Like, you should. And if you don't,
You must start making your own kombucha. I will teach you how.
oh damn, kombucha.
Or when we drag Alis back here, he can teach you how to make your own yogurt.
Oh, that's right. This
Dude,
man
I
makes his own
seriously,
yogurt and ice cream or something.
I want to pick his brains about how to make yogurt, because like that's not something that I wouldn't do.
I remember him saying that. Jeez, that's crazy. And he was eating it too on stream.
Yeah, dude. That actually reminds me. So, someday, and you guys can hold us to this, someday when we manage to get myself and Hopeful, and hopefully also Alis in a room someday, there's a variety of things that we have on our sort of like collective field trip bucket list. One of those things is feed Hopeful good vegetables, and then the other one is margaritas on the beach.
Oh my god.
Because clearly you just haven't had them prepared. That's all.
Oh my god.
Oh, okay. I finally got this
I hope
posted on
that's the
Instagram.
case.
That's awesome. Dude, Instagram, rake them in. You got this.
I really hope that's just the issue, like that these vegetables I'm eating aren't cooked right, you know. And
What
it's
kinds are what kind of vegetables we talking here that you've been exposed to that have scarred you in such a way?
I don't know, dude. Like, broccoli is pretty bad if it's given to me raw. I don't like raw broccoli. I think that might have been an issue.
That's weird. I hate steamed broccoli. And I'll do sautéed broccoli. The rawer the better for me. That's just me though. Brassicas are rough. Like, so Brussels sprouts are one of the most hated vegetables, at least in North America. Um, it's
Yeah, I don't
very
like them.
easy
I
to do
can't do it.
broccoli wrong too. Um, cabbage, cabbage
Oh
is pretty
God, fuck
inoffensive, to be
that.
honest. Like,
Oh, freaking cabbage, dude. No way, I can't eat that stuff.
you got to do cabbage in like an egg roll filling kind of thing, right? It just provides crunch and sweetness. And you put it in there with like some ginger and garlic pork.
Man,
It's
the
pretty
sweetness.
nice.
When I eat vegetables, I taste crunch, I taste water, and I taste dirt. Okay?
Dirt? Are you washing them?
Yes.
Okay, I don't know if I
They
believe
grow
that.
out of dirt, man. So how do you
Okay.
not taste the dirt?
Have
How
you
do you
have
not
you
taste
ever
it?
where are you getting these vegetables from? Have you gotten
The
like garden fresh
store.
ones?
The store. I mean, I buy like organic veggies, right?
Okay, okay. Probably
I
I
like green bean almondine. Like that shit. That shit's fire. Like so I
green
guess
what?
when it is green bean almondine. Have you heard of
Green
them?
beans. Interesting choice. Green beans are one of the ones that are really hard for me to make palatable for myself.
Try them with fucking almonds.
Hmm.
Fry the green beans with almonds.
That
It's
actually sounds like it could be pretty good.
it's so fire. I even like it, dude. I slap that shit into my mouth as quick as I can. I'm just like, this is green, but it's delicious.
You know, we've become a cooking stream very quickly. Anyone want to like rein us back in because we'll just riff if you let us. Um,
True.
I will talk to you about back formations if you let me. So you gotta make sure that never happens because once you learn about back formations, um, that's a door into a dimension that you can't close.
I'm
Okay?
not sure
So
what you mean by
about
back
cooking,
formations.
I was talking with a potential partner that wants to partner with us, or at least interested in talking about it.
Mhm.
And he's all about marketing organic and not just organic, but just foods that don't have poison in them, like we're commonly used to in at
I
least in
need
America.
food without poison.
Um,
That would be
yeah,
Yeah,
and
lovely.
he
same.
is starting a chain, and he's bringing it all across the United States. He's got 10 locations already, and
Wow.
really cool guy. His name's Nick. We're hopefully going to actually introduce him here soon. He has already agreed to doing at least jumping on a stream with us and talking about some general health and nutrition stuff, which I think
Hell
is valuable
yeah.
to everyone. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is this not valuable information for everyone? Is there somebody who thinks that, hey, putting better food and taking care of our bodies and minds is not a wise thing to do? If we disagree, then we won't waste our time going down that road.
Right.
I
Yeah.
mean,
No,
I'm
I think
into it.
yeah, I like good food. I like prosperity. I like being a gamer that's not gonna pass out while trying to game. I need sustenance while I game. You know what I'm saying? So like, if this
Yeah,
guy's trying to
and
give it to me,
Freeman needs roughage, so
yo, yeah,
it's important. Uh, I'll tell you, like people in America particularly have like some of the worst like gut biome like diversity in the world. Like it's just not to gross anyone out, but the people in the US anyway, who, the food that we eat slowly but surely kills everything that lives in our gut that we want to be there. And so eating correctly is maybe a harsh word to use, but eating better is very important for your overall health, not just like the health of your bowel movements, but like your mental health. Because like your gut has a direct nerve pathway to your brain. So what is going on in your guts affects your personality, you know? Uh so eat good food, feel better.
I'm here.
Like that's just how it is. There's really no way around it. So like yeah, this guy Nick who wants to partner, um I don't care if the people don't want to hear from him. I want to hear from him.
Yeah,
I'm
honestly,
personally interested. Um, I hope everyone else is interested. If you're
I'm
not,
curious.
I want
I'm
to
curious
argue
to know
with you
where
to
his
make you
friends are.
interested.
Yeah, right. Like we sit at the table with the meal. Like change my mind, and you just got the coffee. Like, come on,
Yeah.
this is good stuff.
And the other thing is like better quality food that isn't like covered in pesticides and stuff like that. Like and that's but more
Or industrial grade emulsifiers, I'm sure.
yeah, but
Like,
more importantly, that is like farmed with responsible practices, that it just tends to taste better because in order to make that work, you have to pay more attention to it. And when you're paying more attention to it, you're more than likely being very mindful about how you raise these crops. Okay? So you're making sure that these crops have the nutrients that they need in the soil, and you're probably rotating your crops. And when you do that, you're ensuring that the fruiting bodies, or the plants themselves, have everything that they're supposed to have in them, so they don't end up just being sort of these like pale empty husks in the shape of the vegetable or the fruit that you want. They actually like have a lot of nutrients packed in, and with that comes a lot of flavor. So it's just going to make your food taste better for it to be higher quality as a general rule. So this is in the interest of every angle of your culinary quest life. Okay, I'm done preaching.
yeah. Rant over.
I feel strongly about food, man. As someone who doesn't eat, I feel strongly about food.
I was about to say, like, as someone who doesn't do much of that, eating, you got a lot of words when it comes to food, huh?
This is true.
Golly.
Ah.
Well,
And that's my cue to shut up.
Yeah, I was like, gee whiz, man. I mean, we're just talking about food. Like, I was out in the goddamn wilderness making like burgers over a campfire with a knife.
Nothing like it though, man. Nothing.
No, it was really good, man. Jeez. We forgot
Campfire
sausages.
bacon and sausages, dude. Nothing beats
we
that.
I did the sauce. Well, not sausages, unfortunately. We didn't bring sausages, but we had the hot dogs. What are they called? Nathan's, the kosher Nathan's hot dogs. And then just made like some scrambled eggs on the fire with some bacon, thick cut bacon.
Oh yeah, the good stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I don't. You can't like the packaged bacon. Like, it's really bad, man. You just gotta go to the butcher and just get them to give you that thick cut stuff, and
So
it keeps in your fridge
honestly,
forever.
my favorite bacon that I've gotten is like sugarless uncured bacon. It's just brined. It's just salt.
Just salted bacon.
It's just salted pork belly slices. Yeah, that's some of the best bacon that I've gotten.
Jesus.
No sugar, like, and it's not cured either. So it's just like it's bacon shaped basically. And it's the same cut of meat, but they have barely done anything to it. Now the issue, guys, are when people come here, you need to let them know that they can win also, and they have to stay connected to win. Also have them connect to Discord, as that will be a requirement to get them paid. That's fair.
Right.
Yeah, we might have scared some people away, shaming them about their food purchasing practices. It's possible, but I hope not. Or maybe they just like got discouraged because the numbers stopped going up and they thought they'd have to sit around for too long. I don't know. Might be getting too late for a lot of people too, depending on where they're at. But like I said, guys, like if we don't reach this tonight, which I think we absolutely could, but if we don't, there's always tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next day. Because like, I don't know if this has become abundantly clear yet. I mean, it has to me, but that's because I'm part of this whole scheme, to like make this brand blow up. We're doing this every day, like in perpetuity, and that means forever.
Right. So
like,
I mean, that's kind of what I was saying when we went over this. Like,
yeah.
the whole discussion of how do you like your dollar bills, or how do you want your giveaways, or how do you want your engagement. Like all
Right.
of these things, like this topic is gonna follow into the next day and the next day and the
Yeah,
next day.
because like
And what we could probably do is rehash all of this a week from now, right? Next Sunday, as you said,
right,
like that's the day where we reconnect and we
reevaluate
rehash,
if anything isn't working.
right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly. But
Um,
throughout this whole week, I feel like this is kind of going to be like the staple. This is the theme. How do we get the money or the items or the games or the gift cards or whatever type of reward or accolade or title in Discord? What is it that the community wants? So that's what we're trying to figure out here. Do they want to see the hosts on games? Do they want to play against the hosts on games? Do they
right.
want
Do
the
you
hosts
guys want
playing games
rewards?
with
Do
them?
you want
Yeah.
validation, like in the
Yeah.
form of like having us do wild or crazy shit on stream? Like this is for the people here, right? Do you want to watch me play Survivor and Dead by Daylight because I'm really bad? Like
Oh, we could try to do that together. Yeah,
oh
that
god,
would
dude,
be something, geez.
crazy shit.
That would be something.
Whatever it is that is interesting, because this place here, this space is now a permanent fixture. So it's up to you guys. Like, make this what you want to see. And use your voice and your actions to mold that into the perfect entertainment, as well as the perfect place to maybe make a little bit of coin,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
like what we're able to gather by expanding the brand is coming straight back to you guys, right? Like that's the goal. We're aiming to gather sponsorships and gather capital to get stuff to give to you guys.
Right. Provide experiences, provide opportunities, that otherwise would have been unknown
and
or
to
almost like improbable to achieve or
right
acquire.
to bring in other members to the team who can help us build other pieces of infrastructure for you guys as well. Or even maybe down the line, build some games that you guys might want to play. Like we're building for the long haul here, and this is the very beginning. This is the snowball that starts the avalanche. So
yeah, the snowball.
for real though. Alpha Bros. Not this isn't that kind of alpha podcast.
No. I mean, to be honest, it's pretty alpha, right? It's pretty Chad. All things good.
The alpha podcast of a couple of guys with long hair.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Back up to 12 on kick. Oh, guys, we're getting there. We can do it. We can make it happen. I believe.
Hop, skipping, and jumping away.
All right, guys. I'm going to lower the desk, and if we make it to 20, I will raise the desk again. If this is not your favorite part of the whole stream,
look at it. We go. Look at it. Oh my god!
I will raise the desk again. If we get to 20. All right, let's make it happen, guys.
We just got 2 more views with that pan. I'm telling you. We gotta have panning visuals more often because that was just that impressive.
This is gonna be the meme for this stream, by the way. I hope you're all aware. The standing desk is where it's at. It's gonna be to the point where eventually it's gonna break and I'm gonna have to get a new one, or my livelihood's gonna be on the line.
Why don't we do that? Why don't we make that an event, bro?
Oh yeah, that'll be a donation event.
Apart from the actual donation event that we're running, right? The 20 folks, and we offer 2 USD prizes.
$2 to raise the desk.
No, that's not what I mean. I'm talking about like meme the stream. So every stream will have like a meme category or a meme like overarching sentiment, right? And if anyone in the audience names that meme or what we're kind of alluding to or what what we're doing, like the secret meme, they should get like some sort of prize, right? Like that's worthy, So we might have like a more lively stream where people are trying to like guess what the vibe is, I guess you would say, right? Meme the stream is what I'm thinking. We got
Uh,
to figure out how to make that work.
I just think we should remember the timestamp of like 2 hours 21 minutes, so that later we can tell Shadow Boy to edit a short of me lowering the desk and saying that I'll raise it if we reach 20 viewers.
Yeah.
You put that short out on YouTube. I'm sure that'll make something happen.
We do have to get into shorts though. Once we shorts and
Absolutely.
TikToks and stuff like that. Once we get into like gameplay and it's just like outrageous stuff happening, because it always happens in games where it's just like, what?
Yeah.
Someone cooked that shit. It's like, geez.
Dude, I had some montage plays when I was streaming League a couple of years ago. Absolutely. I think they're actually on my Twitter somewhere. Which might or might not be worth looking at. I'm not sure.
I mean, check them out. I mean, if it's worth a revisit, we can always just kind of like
Just throw
show
it on
it,
there
right?
and be like,
Yeah,
hey, look at this
and
guy. He
throw it
did
on
this
there,
like
like
4 years ago.
exactly right. Like this is older stuff, but like we can try like go for recreating shit like this.
Oh yeah, so I'll say that. New people on Kick who joined. If you're not too shy, please let us know how you came by the stream. Did you get a link from somebody in Discord? Did you find it on, the front page of Kick, which would make us very happy to hear. You know, are you coming from HGG? Are you coming from Planet Quest? Are you coming from N2E? By all means, let us know. It helps us to understand, like, I mean, we'll probably look at the analytics after the stream anyway, but there are 11 here, but only 5 following. Ah, yes. If you'd be so kind as to follow the stream, that's very helpful and means a lot to us deep down. And if you all follow, if we reach 10 followers, I will raise the desk again.
Once more. Another desk raise.
I'm gonna single-handedly raise the power bill in this building. Here you better. 22 kilohertz.
So question for you, Kurniak, right? Like, so I'm on Kick right now. Like, where exactly would you see the viewers? Like, I see that there's 11 viewers, but I can't really see who those viewers are.
You might be able to look in the chat window. There might be a button somewhere in there that says show users. It's possible. I don't know for a fact though. Present.
I don't think it does any of that.
So it's not the settings button, but usually there's a thing that says like,
I just asked for you, like for example, you check the analytics of who the viewerships are, or were, or was, is.
Let me check myself. Let's see.
I'm just wondering if it's different for you since you're doing it on the StreamYard.
Well, Streamlabs will show me the chat from everywhere but Kick.
Right.
There is a button for moderation dashboard. Button for moderation dash. Oh, well. That does this show me? This doesn't show me the names of everyone who's watching either. So those of you who wish to remain anonymous, you have not been foiled.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I have no idea who you are. Your identities are safe.
Your
Um,
identities are secret.
yeah, I don't know. But I have
Because
pop out chat
um,
uh for Kick on the left. Um, and if you saw that, that's because I can never tell which way is right and left.
oh wow.
Yeah, no, I really, really suck at that. I blame it on being like moderately ambidextrous, so like it's very confusing sometimes.
Like knowing which way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Round Chuck, air hockey. Damn you, Amazon Prime. Tomorrow. I don't understand what's going on over here. What? Sounds like a phone, to be honest with you. I thought the phone was 22 versus 11 kilohertz. I don't know. I don't know.
He's talking about me being
Yeah.
tin can hopeful. That's what he's talking about. Tin can hopeful.
So, any suggestions? So next week, next Sunday, we'll do the same kind of thing. We'll probably be discussing like, you know, how the previous week went, um, and how we want to, move forward, trying to grow things. But next week we'll have all of the stream stuff in place properly, and we'll be on time. And you know, maybe we'll have some light gameplay in the background as well. So be thinking about what you'd like to see for the Sunday, light streaming, game streams. I think that, so far we've got like DRG, um, Dead by Daylight, um, some stuff
Have
like
you
that might just be fun to
have you
watch.
played Risk of Rain before, Grunier?
No, I haven't.
Ah, that's a good survivor type of game. It's like a team game, but it's not like a large team player game. Um, you could like run in there with like four folk, I believe, everyone playing their own character, and you have to survive endless waves, right? There's different stages that you traverse and go to. Fun game. The enemies get progressively harder, and everything just scales and scales and scales. Very difficult. There are a
Right.
number of items you can get and make a build. Hopefully survive. But yeah, it's difficult. Fun but difficult game. There's a Risk of Rain. Should look it up.
Yeah. Um,
I know you don't like first person shooters though, and it's
yeah,
not first person. To be
it's
fair.
not so much that I don't like or appreciate them. It's just that I'm very bad at them.
Ah well.
Um, Oh, what was I just looking at? Oh yeah, and Warframe would be one. I mean, I don't know if Max even has Warframe, or sorry, Hopeful. Um,
Mm.
yeah, just in case there's confusion in the future, we will occasionally refer to each other by screen names, and occasionally, get referred to by our actual names.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get thrown off too much. Um, it'll happen sometimes. In case anyone's wondering, my name is actually Nigel. So if you hear someone mention Nigel, they're talking about me.
Likewise for
Yes,
myself.
and he is Max, and sometimes I will call him that.
What is it, Decky? What is it? You're a good cat, yes.
And if that doesn't tell you that we've been doing this kind of thing for entirely too long, I don't know what does.
Yeah. It's been quite some time. What is it, like 73, 74
Oh
multi-line,
boy, we just
multi-type
hit 76, dude.
Oh, so there you go.
It's been
76.
76 weeks, and that's just of the storyline discussion, but we met each other in like maybe 3 or 4 weeks before that even started.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
like
it was like a couple days after the Planet Quest server launch, which was
roughly 80
12,
weeks.
15, 2020.
Yeah. It was mid December
Yeah.
2020. So wait, no, 2021, yeah. Yeah, good times, man. That was super hype.
Very much so.
Yeah, actually, there's a good question. We've got another 15 minutes. Guys, tell us, like, I know, and I know that a good few of you were only the hardcore remain. Either that or the stupid, man. I don't know. I mean, well, not the stupid, but like just, you know, uh I guess the dedicated, like, to the point of just resilience beyond all things, you know. The battle hardened, maybe. Or just be too blockheaded to be discouraged. But what have been your experiences? Like, what was the most hype project that you were ever part of, or that you ever got to see, like, blow up? You know, I would love to hear some stories, because, like, you know, my only experience of, like, being in a project as it, like, blew up and turned into something that was just incredible was with Planet Quest, with a bunch of these guys. But, like, if you guys have stories about, you know, projects that you were part of at the beginning, please, by all means, uh what project, and, like, what was it like, and what was it about it that sold you on, like, the vision? Gotta run, but I'll keep the streams up. Hey, thanks, man. Looking out for us.
Nice. Yep, appreciate that. Um, there's a number of projects that kind of like did cool stuff and kind of blew up a bit, but it's nice to get some feedback from the community, right? What they feel, what they think, what they've experienced, because it might not be the exact same like that we've gone through, right?
Right.
No, thank you, Cube, for joining us. We appreciate you being here with us.
Yeah, for real. You heading out?
Not sure if Cube is heading out, but they said thanks for the stream and just wanted to throw that right back at Cube. You know, we appreciate
Yeah,
you
for
being
sure.
here and supporting us.
We'll be back in 11 hours.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'll sleep at some point in between those. Um, Artwork and story, Arkan Tyagi. I'm not familiar at all. And Aaron Harbor was Zeus led. Please, by all means, tell what are these? What were these projects? You're here for the whole stream. What a Chad! Thanks
Yeah,
for sticking
nice,
around, Cube.
Cube. Thank you for your support and help. Somebody was bringing and inviting some people here, Cube. I don't know if it was you or who, but definitely take credit. The one thing we're noticing though is the people that are joining, I think they might not know what's going on because they're quiet and they haven't said anything. So, um, important to prep them of what they're getting into so that they know that, hey, they can earn as well with us too. And not just today, but in the future. We want them to keep coming back because, like I said, we've got at least $1,000 in funds unlocked that we want to be giving back to the community. And in the beginning here, ideally, the majority of what we're bringing in as revenue starts to come in or from investor capital, we want it to go back into the community. So in some way or another, and that could be meaning you guys might decide at some point that, hey, enough with the giveaways, let's acquire some assets that you can lease out to us or allow us to participate in and earn some, income with ongoing gameplay. Um, I do have a story to share about a project that I don't know if NFT to Earn would be here to this day, or maybe not in the same capacity as we are, if this scam project didn't exist. We knew that it was likely a scam when we got into it. Well, I knew it was likely a scam when I got into it. So I didn't risk any of our investors' funds. I took my personal funds and jumped into a project called Farmers World. Um, it was brought to my attention by a couple people early on, and they said, "Hey, this looks kind of janky, but it seems to be printing money, like literally like a broken ATM machine that's spitting out $100 bills, even greater than that." I put in about, I want to say somewhere between 3,500 and maybe 4,500 US dollars into the project because I saw it. I was like, you know what? I'm going to go. To me, that was kind of big. I'm going to go kind of big. This is a lot of money to risk. We could potentially, the project gets rug pulled the next day and I'll lose it all. So it's basically rolling the dice. And we turned that into almost $300,000. I think that might be an exaggeration because some of that revenue was from Axie Infinity. It was actually still making money and in those books at that time. So let's say a little over 200,000 certainly of revenue that was generated. Now the rug did get pulled on it after we were kind of investing a little bit more. We knew again we were still kind of letting it ride, basically part of the money ride. We let about $60,000 ride, and that quickly turned into almost nothing. We were only able to recoup a portion of that back out once things started toppling down. But yeah, Farmers World was probably the most hyped project, and that was really how we got our Ember Sword City. We used that money to buy the Ember Sword City, which is still arguably one of the most valued assets out there when it comes to crypto gaming. Um, the only other thing that I think might be worth more, but I don't know that it's going to be able to hold its value, just because the way the model's set up is those Mirandus Citadels. Outside of that, find another asset that's worth, $300,000 or $400,000. I don't know that there is one single asset out there that has that value in gaming. But that's our story for probably the most hyped project that
Oh.
all of us knew it was. I mean, we tried to actually do a partnership with Farmers World, and we tried to actually offer advice to actually help with the economics. Thing is we could have fixed the project, and they chose not to. They just chose to just run it into the ground, and that's exactly what
They
happened.
didn't
I think
want the
it's probably
projects to work, maybe.
Yeah, maybe not. Maybe looking for an easy way out.
Yeah, but yeah, I'd love to hear if anyone else has any other stories. I mean, I know a lot of you guys were in Axie. Cube, you were in Axie early on, and you were pretty successful with that. I mean, weren't you ranked like top 15 in the world at one point in Axie Infinity?
Who?
Talking about Cube, I think.
Oh, that's insane if that's the case. That's actually crazy.
Yeah, it never ceases to amaze me how, like, when we bring up a game in conversation, Sam just happens to be able to say, "Oh yeah, we've got one of the top players from this in the server." Like, "Oh yeah, we have like one of the best, this, that, or the other game like players ever." Just
It's
bopping
mind-boggling.
around in here somewhere, like,
Mind-boggling.
bro. This community is full of like really incredible people and stuff, and like we just need to remind them that this is here, and like that we're back. We mean business, right? It's time to go.
Gamers unite.
Yes,
OGs,
gamers
famous
assemble.
people. Yes, it's time. It is
Absolutely.
time.
And I mean, it's time, but remember, there is time. We're in a rush, but there's
And
time.
to Cube's defense, I think the only reason why he was limited to top 15 is he didn't have a sponsor that was completely supportive of his efforts. I
Oh,
think there
wow.
was more that could have been done as far as tweaking the meta of his team. When you get that high up, you can't just have one meta team. In Axie Infinity, you needed to have, I think, at least like 3 different team combinations so that depending on what you're constantly going up against, you've got to change it out. And I don't think he actually had access to those types of resources for the sponsor that he had. So he did it with a subpar team, from what I understand. Cube,
That's
you can correct me
insane.
if I'm wrong if you're still listening.
That's actually crazy because I personally played Axie Infinity myself, and I had the team. I had, uh, like,
Season
man, almost 30,
18 B2 server,
almost
top
30 of those
15.
freaking Axies. Yeah, it's and he's right that you had to have um a number of meta teams. You had to have your water dudes, your little fishy boys up front with your one little bug boy in the back, or you had to have your reptile dudes I forgot what they called them. But dude, they were nasty, bro. Those little reptile dudes. You had two of those, and then a bug boy, or you just ran three of those little reptile guys, and they were pretty gnarly. Um, oh, there he goes with
I'm just
the stat.
imagining this anime arc of like his opponents being like, "Why are you holding back?" Like, it's just the brutal reality of like not having enough funding, man. That's brutal.
Yeah,
So there we go. It looks like he did confirm it. Yeah, season 18 was top 15. Then the
lunch
next
meat.
season does it again, top 17. I mean, you guys realize how many people were playing Axie at that time? How
No,
uh,
no, no.
uh,
This is actually nuts.
incredible of a feat it is to get that high in the rank. I mean, it's not luck. You're grinding your ass off to get that high. So, yeah, Cube. I mean, we want to get you in some
Legends
more
walk among
stuff.
us.
We want to get some assets in these games. If Albion isn't your game, maybe Embersword will end up being your game. Or maybe there's I don't know, maybe there's the same type of strategy. Is Gods Unchained? Is that a similar type thing? Let's find for
The
our
trading
people that
card
are
game.
talented like Cube. And if there's others out there, let us know. We want to get assets into your hands so that you guys can uh you know be the best that we know you're capable of being.
Yep.
We want to make it happen. All right.
But,
We're about to wrap up.
Oh,
Um,
with that said, is Axie still a thing? Can we still get if you do have a meta team, can you still, make $1,000 a month, from it?
wow, that's a good haul, Cube. I've always been curious whether or not Axie fixed their gameplay flaws, right, with the whole trading and breeding mechanisms, right? Like so Pegaxi went ahead and did the same thing, and they're at a pivotal point now. I know that that was a game that I believe N2E was exposed to and still might have exposure to. Um, the pivotal direction being, skill-based gameplay, racing, perhaps some sort of Mario Kart-esque mode of horse versus horse, horse owners versus horse owners, and that game being one of those things where you can lend out assets to a dedicated pro gamer, like Cube. You can give them a team of horses and they can make something of that. um so I am too curious, Kurniak. I think we should make that commonplace questioning and conversation even as we're going through different um what's it called, themes, and different days, different games, different things. We should always kind of bring it back to what people are actually doing,
yeah.
as opposed to what we're doing, right? We may not be doing the same thing and they just find it interesting so they hang out with us, but it could be so that they would prefer us to maybe race some horses when that becomes live. They may prefer to see some crypto raids. They may prefer like to see
Yeah,
us
I personally think that that should be what Saturdays and Sundays are for. Is for explore, Saturdays for exploring
yeah,
other
Axie version
games that
exploring,
we find that we think they might be interested in if they don't already know, and Sundays, definitely for them bringing things to our attention that they think they might like us to do differently during the week, or
hmm
all of that stuff. I think that's how I kind of
right.
want to structure things. Um, so as it stands, the weekend schedule is this time slot that we've had for the past 2 days, which is 10 p.m. Eastern to 1 a.m. Eastern, or for Pacific time that would be 7 to 10, I think.
hmm
Uh, and yeah, your best translation of that into your local time zone. I'm sorry for not being able to give that in like uh GMT, but um yeah, and then weekdays we'll be doing, noon to
One thing I
3
wanted to mention.
Eastern.
One thing I want to mention, Kreniak, on that note, what we probably should do, and Doc, if you could help us out with this, you probably have to connect with Cheetah. We are very normally great about posting events on in the Discord, right? We do still want to create an exclusive experience within the Discord. It's very important that we maintain that exclusivity in the Discord. We, no matter where all of our viewers come from, all of our supporters, stakeholders, shareholders, everybody, everyone who supports NTE, we want them at that focal point. We want them home, and home is Discord for us right now. So Kruniak, that's our job, right?
Right.
We bring people home. That's our job, and we spread people out. You know, we branch people out, but ultimately we bring them back home.
Right. And
And
so
as we bring them home,
that's what we
those are
would
the
think of
event
as
boards. Yeah.
so we would think of the streams as gathering tools, right? This is the
Yeah.
outreach. This is how we reach new viewers, and also how we in some ways how we serve our current community by providing you guys with entertainment as well as community and a place to gather and interact, as well as get some giveaways and things like that, and to just be part of the fun, really. But then also, what Hopeful's talking about, sort of exclusive games and things within the Discord community, I would think of that as like retention tools in a way. For thinking of it from a strategic standpoint, as like an organization trying to, bolster and maintain its numbers, so that we can keep that activity and we can use that activity level as well to seek out these sponsorships and partnerships. So things that we can do for those, as a retention tool would be like, I know Sam has talked a lot about the Victory Valley bot that Cheetah and Sonder worked on. Some of you guys may already know more about that than I do. Because to be fair, I don't know a lot, but I gather that that's a pretty fun game. Maybe something new that we might come up with, as well as like, the standards like Gardic and trivia and things that other people do in other servers. I don't know if that's, jaunty and quirky enough for you guys, or if you might prefer something a little different from what most servers do. I'm inclined to try and go a little above and beyond. And thank you very much, Meggie, for liking this stream. You're an absolute Chad, and I believe that is a gender neutral compliment. So I believe strongly in that. Yeah. So I'm inclined to say, I want to strive to go above and beyond and create, original experiences for you guys. Sometime down the road, I would love to be able to get one of my friends and old contemporaries to come in and write for us for Choose Your Own Adventure, which is like some of the most fun I have ever had running an event, and some of the most fun that the people that I know have ever had playing in an event. That is some super awesome shit, and we can do really cool prize pools for those as well, because there's an element of skill as well as an element of luck, and there can be achievements and all kinds of cool stuff that go in.
And there's just accolades that you can gain
It's
along the way,
so
just by
much
being you,
fun.
just by being yourself, just by being the individual, the special person that you are playing these games. You will be rewarded, even if you lose.
It's one of the most rewarding things ever. And personally, I think that is, one of the things that I really want to do down the road. We probably don't have the resources to do that just yet, but this is like the kind of special stuff that we can look forward to as we're able to. So
as we grow with
even
each other.
Even if we can't do that, this month or something, and we're stuck with like, the basics like trivia and just like, discussions in the general chat and community raids and stuff, or whatever it is that guild activities are like in Albion and other games. Even if that's all we're working with for now, we are aiming towards some really unique stuff that you won't find elsewhere. So yeah, stick around and help us do what we're trying to do, because it's going to be great. Now, we're a little over our time slot here, but we did start late, so I don't feel bad about that at all.
On the note you just shared there, Krinik, I'd like to leave everyone with something. And it comes, 'cause we're all gamers pretty much, right? This is a gaming space. So in Diablo, there's a saying, right? So stay a while and listen. So stay a while with us and listen. Gather round our campfire and listen, and wisdom will be imparted. Treasures will be shared, and you'll be none the wiser at the end of it. Trust me. Let's go. Oh,
All
Kruniak,
right.
on that note, I've got some really cool, like, actual real life dad campfire photos to share with you. You're going to like them a lot, dude.
Oh yeah. So that reminds me. So Matt, rather, Hopel and I are big fans of Dark and
Yeah,
Darker.
yeah.
That's a game that the two of us really like a lot. And after playing Dark and Darker playtest one time, I went to my brother's house and
Oh, yo, you made a torch,
the two of us, like, I went out and collected pine pitch to make a survival torch. I have some videos of it and some pictures as well. But yeah, obviously do not attempt at home unless you are very competent with pyrotechnics and know what you're doing. Pine pitch is highly flammable, so I'm not like endorsing or suggesting that anyone do this. But yeah, dude, I want to see your campfire pictures. This is did you guys do the campfire rest pose with the very forlorn faces and everything?
I did a couple, but I don't think Sabrina was able to like get those. I was doing the whole thing where like you sit down at the campfire, right? You just kind of look around all
The
like
dark was too dark.
dejectedly. The dark always grows darker. You know this.
It does indeed. All right, well, anyway, with that, I think it's probably about time for us to sign off. If anyone has anything they want to throw out there or add before we go, speak now or forever hold your peace until tomorrow.
Until very much tomorrow.
All right.
Very soon.
Well, see everybody. We don't actually have a stream ending screen today because I didn't have time to make one. Hopefully we'll have that fixed by tomorrow. But anyway, good luck everyone, and we'll see you in about 11 hours. We'll be back and we'll be playing some games.